What is going on, tribe? How are you all doing today, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe? What's new? What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? What's crack-a-lackin'? How we doing? Excuse me un momento, por favor. Just getting everything up and running over here. Who do we got in the chat today? Who's chilling in the chat? We got Mystery Hippo, even being correct saying he's first. We got Thrawn Hub. We got Lord Megatron. We got Aatrox. We got Ramos Skywalker and Sol. How we doing, everybody? How the devil are we doing? How the devil are we, everybody? Everybody in the club getting lit. Well, I ain't no Wallaback girl. No, I ain't no Wallaback girl. Hydrate coming out of Megatron. Thank you kindly, good sir. Don't mind me. Just grooving. You're sleepy, Aatrox. Why are you sleepy, brother? Do 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 do. Oh my days. Oh my lord, oh me, oh my, I think I got a pizza pie. What is going on, everybody? Managed to eke out gold box. Good business, Mr. Hippo. You still got 22 hours left. Can you hit that red box? In the last 22 hours, can you do it? I believe in you. I think you can do it. I've got the utmost faith in you, good sir. The utmost of faith. It's 9 o'clock for you right now? Yeah? And you're tired? Sleepy at 9 o'clock? Sleepy at 9 o'clock, Aatrox? Come on, brother. It's only 9 p.m. Those are rookie numbers. Gotta pump those numbers up, baby. Too many 10 battles needed. Saving me the headache. But that's fair, Hippo. That's fair, brother. Spend that conquest energy so we can earn the 20 dark side ray shards. That's true, Sol. That's true, because I think we are currently behind. We are currently behind, and it doesn't look like we're going to hit it. Now, whether or not CG give it to us anyway is a different matter, but we are massively behind as it is right now. At least we were last time I checked. Last time I checked, we were massively behind and not going to make it. Because we were averaging about 50 million energy per day, and we needed like 57 million energy per day. So it's kind of like, rap-bro. Rap-bro, rap-rap-bro, rap-bro, rap-rap-bro, rap-bro, rap-bro. Spectre has your new favorite bug in the game? Suicide Squad. What bug is that, buddy? I haven't really been playing with Spectre. Is it when they just randomly die? Too many of the Win 10 battles overlapped. That was annoying. Yeah, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that. I was okay with it. But I'm going to be okay with it because of the wonderful things that I do. No, because, you know, it's just how it is. When you've got everything, it's a lot easier to deal with those, you know, win with this squad 10 times, that squad these times, these Morgan, Elsbeth, and Great Mothers surviving and all that nonsense. They do one attack each and then get yeet yeet skeet deleted. Did they really, Bodhi? That's an interesting bug. I hope that one gets fixed pretty lickety-split. Wonder what a weird bug. It's just like, yep. By the way, we're dead. You grounded. You've seen a Spectre bug, but I forgot. But I found one with Darkside Ray against gas. Is that the one where she just keeps on attacking forever? Seeing a lot of that nonsense. Seeing a lot of that nonsense. All right, I'm going to call my compatriots. And that's immediately going to screw up my colors for some reason, but we'll fix it straight away. We'll fix it straight away because I don't want to look all weird. Why am I purple and green?
Well, is there a problem with being purple and green?
Whoa, okay, it's not Karth, it's Wolfie. Hey, Wolfie.
What's up?
I mean, technically it's both of us, but that's beside the point.
All right, well, now you're just showing off. Hi, guys. How you doing today?
Well, not yet.
Oh.
Now we're just sounding off.
We're not showing off, we're sounding off, Scribble. Get it right, brother.
technically, I just moved my slider over.
Technically, you can lick the sack.
I'm
right.
gonna do something with this hair. Hold on.
All right, rub it in. Oh, I got too much hair. Fuck me.
Rub it in? That's not what you do with hair. Like, has it been that long?
It has. I've forgotten what one does with hair. How does one hair, Wolfie?
There we go. I've solved the problem.
I don't understand how hair works. Oh,
Yeah.
What hair I do?
Oh, that's wrong. This one.
How do I do this?
Hair do I do this? Oh my god. Karth, you look very zoomed in right now. It's not your fault, it's my fault. It's not you, Karth, it's me. But it's also a little bit you. It's a little bit you.
Can
Sounds like a personal
change that
problem.
on my end too. Fancy.
Okay.
Just cause all the chaos for you. Ready, go.
Plocks don't. Plocks don't cause all the chaos for me. If I go over here, okay, so actually that should. Should. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Boop. And then if I put that about there, that'll be ready for when Wolfie joins. And we'll be like this. This looks like me on the left, guys. But that's the preliminary wolf, that is. Okay?
Ooh. Is that how that works?
That's, well, who knows, really. It's one of the great unanswerable questions of life. How does one get in a box? You know?
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
Nobody knows. Like I said, it's stuff of myth, of fable. You know? Oh, I have episode quest thingies to claim. Go me. I like episode quests.
I mean, I feel like for people who bought the pass, I feel like there's not enough there to keep. Like, you just get through it too fast, I guess is the best way of phrasing it. I know it's not like a real problem. It's just, it feels mundane really quickly. We was like, well, it was like the beginning of week 3 and I maxed it out, and now
sorry, the episode track. Yeah. No. It is because the bonus track literally just gives you currency, and it's kind of like, I don't really care.
Yeah, we'll get into tribe talks, but that cap increase was like super needed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But
that should now account for the max you can pull out of the track, though, right? Like, that should account for how much the track rewards.
Who knows?
Not the bonus, but it should get most of it.
Maybe. I've claimed everything, so I can't see the wonderful things it does anymore. I wish they left the numbers after you've claimed it, so you can actually see.
I know. Well, I just know I've gotten close to hitting the max like 3 separate times now. And one of them was, of course, because they gave us almost 30k currency. So.
Yeah. Like, what is it, like 28k or something?
28.6, I want to say is what it was.
Yeah. You were forced to buy stuff you can't even use. Well, hopefully, Sol, that's going to be a thing of the past. Can you get Ray with only gold crates? Yes, but it'll take you 6 months, Jake. Boop, 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 boop. Unless you were also buying the pass and buying shards from the shard shop. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Wolfie just completely popped up in my face, or took over in front of my face. It's amazing.
Baby.
It's almost like we had this planned. It's almost like it was meant to be.
Almost.
I was a little bummed about the Peridia Patrol, though. My Peridia Patrol was very, very disappointing.
Why is that,
What do
buddy?
you mean?
I got all Omicrons.
Oh, right. You know what was more disappointing than
no.
your Peridia Patrol?
Yours?
Yeah? Do you want to hazard a guess as to why mine was more disappointing than yours?
You don't have any R9s?
Well, there's that.
No Omicrons?
No, I completely fucking missed it entirely. Yeah. Yeah, so I spent most of the day hungover and then went out to the cinema.
See, this is
and
what
then
happens.
Woke up today and I was
when-
like, ah, shit.
This is what happens when you don't have a very important TW and you don't have a reason to log into the game.
I genuinely, I went in against Great Mothers using our super secret special tactics counter. It failed drastically in the first 20 seconds, and then I was like, and we're done with TW.
Yeah,
So-
that's. I did 2 battles. I tried out some new secrets, some new top secret counters to Ray,
Oh boy.
and then
Oh boy, proprietary counters. Not that we're gauntlet.
yeah. But the no, it was kind of just like, it was. We could have probably done a little bit more of a show, but I'm okay with it.
I was completely fine with. Yeah. So for context for everybody listening at home, we are not a gauntlet guild, and the last it's Karth's bad luck juju that he brings to every guild that he joins. As soon as
Bad
he starts
luck.
signing up for TW, we just pull gauntlet guilds. So we had Clones Unleashed earlier this week, and today we fought more Chromium. So it's like, oh, okay. So we just, like, after getting completely fuckbucked by Clones Unleashed, we were just like, you know what? Fuck it, set whatever you want. Attack if you want to. See ya. Have a good
Yeah.
weekend.
Well, you're fighting Mochromium. I mean, it's just they
Well,
just
exactly.
they have 2 accounts in the entire guild below 14 million GP, and they have so many toys, very good mods. I mean, we're not in the same league as them.
Not even
We
close,
stood
yeah.
a small chance versus Clones Unleashed. Not a
Mhm.
great one, but a small one. But when it comes to Mochromium, it's just like, well, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
No,
But-
don't even bother. Yeah.
Boro's giving me crap for putting the hat on. The hat here is literally to hide my hair that's decided to go 12 ways to sideways. And so I just don't want to look a fright mess when I'm on camera.
Yeah, for this podcast that people listen to. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people watch you as well. So with that, I guess we'll say hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Tribe Talks Podcast, the Galaxy of Heroes podcast, where we talk about nothing except for Star Wars Galaxy of Squirrel. And featuring myself, Wolfie and
D's
Carl.
nuts.
And featuring D's nuts. No. Hey, how we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Have we all recovered since Friday? I haven't. I'm topping up the tank.
We're chilling.
Yeah, I've
Rocking.
recovered since Friday. I've recovered like
Rolling.
by Friday evening.
Well, so you recovered by the time I started streaming then, and I don't know what
No.
happened this Friday, but I've been ill, and I was on medication, and I got inordinately drunk way too quick. I was like, what's going on? I don't understand. Normally I'm like 15 shots deep by the time it's this bad, and I was like on shot 7. I was like, I need help. It was a weird
yeah,
one.
these things happen.
Yeah. It was interesting, and we completely made a pig's ear of GAC, absolute pig's ear of it, and then I won by 24 banners. I was like, oh, okay,
Nice.
our opponent fucked. My Adrad got 4 holds.
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah.
honest to God though, with this with that Kron, if you do not have something that doesn't attack out of turn to deal with it, it will just wreck you.
Yeah.
Because their sustain is too good. I mean, like Maul Mandos can't touch it, Clone Gas 501st can't touch it, Zori Bliss can't touch it. There's a lot of teams
Yeah.
that rely on like CLS, they just can't do anything against it. You're
To
just
be
stuck.
fair, I don't think it was the fact that it was like, yeah, Adrad. It was more the drops that he did elsewhere that kind of
Yeah.
bled him dry, because Like my Ray, he used 3 on Ray, he used 3 on Jabba. They were both front wall. And he still had to take out Queen Amidala and he had to take out Gungans. He also dropped a battle against Great Mothers in the north. So, like, obviously you had to use something big there.
If you want to feel better about life,
yeah,
just for everybody's sake at home, Queen Amidala will absolutely steamroll Jabba and Leia.
Well, that's fun.
Countering Leia is nice. Countering Leia is very nice. And I suppose Queenie does just get baned. It's like the designated bane.
Well, Queenie, the only way you can stop
Pretty
Bane,
much, yeah.
The only way you can stop Bane is if you put GMY and Mace Windu with him.
And boatloads of
Queen
defense.
with Queen Amidala. No, it's just
lucky.
He'll never land. Once it gets down to just being Bane alive, he'll never land the AoEs because
too much foresight going on, is it?
Yeah, too much foresight.
Yeah.
They're hardly ever out of foresight.
You need to get really, really lucky with the timing over there and like have the debuffs cleared, then be able to have the foresight cleared, and then have a lot of buffs over there. So to utilize them and have big old buy, it's just it's tough.
Yeah,
to
it's like I got like once every minute where like Padawan Kenobi would be like didn't have foresight, but it would always lined up with when I didn't have the abilities off cooldown. So I was like, well, this has been fun.
Well, it's been a great time, everybody. And I'll see you later. Yeah. How have your GAC rounds 1 and 2 gone, gents?
Lost both of them.
Yes.
Round 1, I had just below 15 million opponent. He had it was everybody was at least Relic 7. The only 2 people that weren't Relic, again, there's got to be some reason for it. We don't know what the fuck it was, but Ewok Scout and IG-86 were both at like the lowest possible. I'm not sure if they were even 7 stars.
So he's jealous of my R9 Ewok Scout then?
Yeah, I guess he's jealous of Ewok Scout. Everything else was Relic, but yeah. We actually did a lot better than I thought it was going to. Balin on offense versus Rey with Ezra and Spectres and everything.
Oh, nice.
It's a fun battle, man.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, you just wreck face. He just goes and just annihilates people. It is amazing.
What was the full team you took?
Balin, obviously the trio, and then Dad Bod Boba and Hondo.
Nice.
I think honest to God, you can leave the last 2 slots unfilled and it'll still just jump.
It still works.
It was fantastic, man.
It just feels like slot 3
smashed him.
I love it.
It feels like slot 4 and 5 just dies, and then Balin kicks off and
everyone survived. Everyone survived.
There you go.
I got max banners. It was
huge.
Fantastic. Just absolutely smashed it. So yeah, highly recommended. Balin has a great freaking team. Also he dies to Gungans, so that's fun.
unless you have a very specific datacron, then he'll still die to Gungans, but you'll time out. So you'll still get a hold.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I've had Balin on defense, I think, the last 2 rounds, and I've just taken him off defense now. I'm like, no.
Okay.
I wanted to see how he did, but no, he's just not a defensive character. He looked like it on paper first time. I was like, oh yeah, he looked like he'd be really good on defense. Turns out no.
Well, he suffers from the main issue is that he can be just looped hard via any team that can just run.
And any sort of percentile health effect ruins him.
Yes.
Like death mark and dots.
I'm pretty sure if they didn't have the UFU support, not the UFU support, something in the Krons that gives damage immunity. I can't remember what it is now. But I think I think it's the Kron, but I could be wrong. Anyways, the once that goes away, Zori will run right over his face as long as they can outspeed. Which
and that's great because at least Zori has massively dropped off in defensive capabilities since her Kron disappeared. So you might as well be taking her for offense these days.
Offensively, it's a great team, but it requires a lot of mod investment. I mean, you got to have like a 360 speed Finn, and you got to have
Mhm.
very specific turn orders for the rest of your resistance, and it's just a lot of mod
That's
commitment.
Okay, see,
That's a lot of
that's what
speed.
you needed to. That's what you kind of got to lead with over there, because when you're like, oh yeah, they'll just get raffle stomped by Zori and everything, and then it's like, oh, but wait a minute, you also need perfect modding and amazing turn, and like perfect turn order and this, and it's like, oh, okay, so you're not
It'll
just
work.
gonna go in there.
It'll
you're not
work.
Just go in there and press auto. So it's
Yeah.
not
No,
gonna be like,
but
oh,
I mean,
yeah, it's gonna be no problem.
That's the
Zori.
thing too. Is like
it'll
you
ruffle
can
stomp
pull-
with god mods and perfect stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
yeah, but you can pull away mods from GLs to make it happen though, because GLs don't need god mods to counter the teams.
No, I'm just saying this is the good. This is the we got to add on so we can.
It's
have
contextual,
some
yes.
context,
It's
exactly.
contextual. Yes, you must have good modding, but that's the assumed with anything that's not
Make
GL
sure
or
you-
triple Omni.
You always ask for consent before you get contextual with it, guys. All right, it's just polite.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
It sounds like extra work.
Jesus, Cuff. Oh my days. So how was your round 1 and 2, Cuff?
I won round 1 on both accounts with the exact same score, which was hilarious. I won with 17.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Exact same score.
Don't know how that shook loose, but there that
Well
was.
played.
And then I lost on day 2 because I wasn't paying attention to my first counter, and I should have been paying attention to the cron. So I started losing battles. And then I went into like, I'm just going to test stuff out mode. And then some wars toward the end came back with a fair chance to win. And then
I like it.
I lost by 4 banners. I was like, well, that's dumb.
Shouldn't
Main
have tested
account
nothing.
was, main account was pretty cut and dry. I made a boo-boo on Momo.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Momo, Luthen, Kyle, I was like, oh, the Slacker's got this. And then I was like, yeah, but we want to do Slacker Night Sisters because this will be more fun for me.
Oh, yeah.
No, bad idea.
Turns out wasn't a great idea.
For some reason, Zombie lost her perpetual taunt. Don't know why.
Yeah.
That's what happened on mine.
And then the second the taunt didn't come back, they just tore apart the team. And then Slacker died before he could ever move again.
Yeah.
So I should have gone full first order because then they can't gain the turn meter as long as Hux is alive, and it would have been fine. It has a 100% win rate with full first order. Not great banners, but 100% win rate. And I was like,
Should've
oh,
done that.
boo.
You
Yeah.
should have led with
Then
that,
I
bro.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So
Come on.
Get good.
it was my
Paying
one
attention.
brief moment of like satisfaction because I did end up winning the round, but I was also fighting a guy from Macromium. So it was like,
Nice.
aha! Take that, TW. That we just
Very
like
nice.
absolutely pissed away. But yeah, it was it wasn't too bad of a week. I've got another guy I matched with in 3s in the final round, but it'll be it's a little in my favor. I've got a lot more Datacron depth and roster depth, so
Fair.
should be useful.
Fair. So I guess we'll jump into the only bit of news then. Right? I mean, we had a pretty good update come on Friday, the end of this week. Some big changes by the episode track and the currency buff.
Do you
and all.
remember what we discussed on Friday?
Oh God, no! I had to look at it again today. I was like, "Wait, that happened?"
It was like, hold on a second. I'm just relearning this now.
I don't even remember going to bed on Friday, mate. Like
The funny part to me though is that the update on the 5th
yeah,
was like, we have fixed. When was that? It was the update prior to that, wasn't it? The
it was the
update
6th.
prior to that.
Oh, you're talking about a different update now.
Yeah, hold on.
Was it the fixing of the Gungans getting shield,
Yeah,
shield
on the
disruption?
second. Yeah, and then I was like playing the raid. I'm like, you did not.
This is like the 3rd time that they fixed that, and it still doesn't get
Still doesn't
fixed. I was just like, okay, so I guess we're just gonna accept that's never gonna get fixed.
Yeah, there are certain bugs that they have fixed, quote unquote, a number of
Many
repeatedly
times.
over the
Yeah.
years. Yes,
They
repeatedly over the years. But
You know, if it ain't broke, fix it till it is. Basically, was the approach here. But hey,
keep telling them that it's fixed, and then
Yep.
it'll be good.
but it's like eventually, the Gungan raid will disappear. So
There we go.
fixed.
The
Fixed.
point's moot.
I have a feeling that nobody is going to play that raid after it cycles out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just a feeling. I got a feeling. So yeah, it's funny how that happens, and that's probably only 4 months away. If CG is going to actually adhere to their schedules.
Well, this would be the first raid that ran for a full 9 months if they do wait another 4 months.
Yeah, you wait. It'll be like month 18 of the Battle for Naboo raid. People have lost their sanity.
Oh god!
Like fuck.
At that point, if we're gonna do like another 9 months to a year,
I'm done.
Yeah, we're like, give me more armies, please. Give me more armies. I want. Give me an army.
You've got
for
more
each
armies.
Goth. Give me an army for the raid. Give me an army for the Lumi team. Put it on Kit Fisto for all I care. Give me a separatist army, and then just let those armies go in and press auto, and I win because I'm just so done.
Yeah, can't really be fucked anymore. It's awful.
Yep. There's I think our raid is currently live, and it's got like a day left, and I still haven't touched it. I'm like,
we have a day.
If I just ignore it, it'll disappear. That being said, I dislike the raid. I dislike the raid, but I do really, really like the rewards.
Oh yeah, the rewards are great. Just the raid.
Can we keep the same reward structure, but go back to Heroic Sith?
Where like one person can solo it in 45 minutes, and then we all get the same rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everybody on board. I will create a petition to CG, and I'll say now, listen, the Naboo raid is the shine's off the apple, guys. Let's just do Heroic Sith, but in order to do it, you have to have had your guild red box max box the current raid 10 times. Then you can just play the Heroic Sith raid and get the same rewards. Max out personal track. Max great.
Okay, I'm okay with that actually.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not? Yeah, Heroic Sith was fun. I still miss the Heroic
Top
Sith
tier raid.
I mean, I would probably get bored with it at this point. But
I mean, I'll be honest. I was bored
raid.
with the Heroic Sith raid because.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It gets to a point where you're just like, okay. It was more entertaining to do when you didn't have things like Slacker soloing it in 20 minutes.
When you actually had to fight for it, when you actually had to run the different teams and whatnot. But even then, I mean, you can only do that for so long before it starts to get just a little bit tiring and whatnot. Even if it's a once a week kind of thing, after several years of doing the same damn raid, it just gets to be a bit much.
Yeah.
Very well done with the raid, but it definitely got tiring towards the end.
Yeah, that is for sure. So this, I guess, in a roundabout way, when we're talking about the new episode update that's coming on, and we just want to talk about raiding instead, because we've been over this before, but I think we are children with ADHD being given a bag of sweets that are really high in sugar content, and just like go talk about stuff. And it's like, okay, let's talk about the update. So raiding. When's the new raid coming? We want new raids. That'll be great. Back over to the update though. First of all, we talked about it before the start of podcast starting, but currency cap going from 30,000 to 100,000 on the old episode currency stuff. Solid move. Does beg the question, why was it so low in the first instance, right? Like 30k was very low.
I think they honestly were looking at it from the perspective of free to play and not the people who
who bought the pass.
Bought the pass because like at the rate they were going, you would never have capped out on the free to play track with the currency, because you would barely be clearing it by the time episode 4 or week 4 came around. So you'd be buying your Omicron, you'd be bringing it down the total very quickly. So I honestly think that's where they misstepped a little, but then I have so many complaints about everything in the store that I don't know if the currency cap is my first concern. I mean, it's good that we have that lifted, but they did not. I mean, I guess for me particularly, they didn't put a lot that I care for, so it makes it really challenging to burn through that.
It's very hard to put anything that you care for, Garth. Let's be honest.
I just
Relic
click on
9
everything.
mats. It's that easy.
That's the only
Just
thing
go
you
and
care
click
about.
on the thing. It just
Yeah.
here's the gear. It's a low number. Just click on it. Here's some more gear. I don't have as many of those. It just click on all the fucking gear
Also-
and just buy all the random shit.
The one
You'll
thing I
convert
can't
it into something
understand.
eventually, right?
Yeah, the one thing I can't understand with that store is why they put all the gear in pieces of 2. Because it's like
Don't know.
in my head, 5 should be the smallest amount that something comes in when it's salvage, when you buy it with currency, even if they have to if they readjusted some metrics on it, because it just feels bad to go buy 2.
That's just
Especially when it's
your
when you can
opinion,
go get
man.
2 Amis and get way more value out of that than
Of course.
2 furnace
I mean,
salvage.
That's like the Omis is the big seller, and to be honest, the mod
Yeah.
slicing mats are very good. Like I'll always take the mod roll mats and all that sort of business. That's
even
fantastic
buying
stuff.
attenuators.
Yeah, I buy attenuated because,
Fucking
as you know,
everything.
Wolfie, you've got
Why the hell not?
the currency is there to buy it, so buy it.
Yeah.
Like, this is
We're even getting more.
yeah, we're getting more currency, and the leveling
No,
process is getting easier.
They're giving us a second attenuator slot.
Yeah, because you're getting
Oh,
a
wow.
second
And-
16 and the extra
Yeah,
Omis, extra 8
yeah.
Omis a month is huge.
Yeah,
I mean, Karth doesn't care because he's got about 1,100 unused Omicrons.
I have spent all weekend trying to suss out what TB Amis would be worthwhile.
Marok.
Oh God.
Just do
no,
Marok.
no. The problem I have in
I've already
totality.
done Marok.
no.
All right.
I can't be fussed to do TB. So it's like, why would I invest in a game mode I just deploy on
but you
90%?
just said what TB Omis.
I know, but it's the only thing to invest in. There's no TW Amis that are worth your time. I mean,
Karthik is
Kinesis,
like, teach me how to be an accountant. I was like, okay, Karth, this is what I can do to teach you. I don't want to be an accountant. It's like, what?
I'm at a loss for words. That was amazing.
yes. See, that's exactly what we're doing.
How can I say thank you in Arabic? I don't know how to speak Arabic, and I don't want to learn.
No, it's like
I don't know anybody who does speak Arabic. Ha!
it's like future proofing, when I have to start carrying again. But it's just it's so hard to convince myself to press the upgrade button on a TB Ami when it's just I play phase 4 and phase 5. Phase 4 and 3 and 4. Basically, the when it's Lothal, when it's Tatooine, because I can auto most those ones by with my roster default. And then after that, I just wait to deploy. Sorry, Gil, I don't care enough.
Our whole guild doesn't really care about TB, though. Let's be honest. We
I mean, we
You
can
get
hit
your minimums, you get your whatever.
42 with barely sneezing. So
yeah, I mean, we're big enough now that we can kind of roll most of TB. Well, not roll it, but you know what I mean. We can lazy man it. Whereas if we tried, we could probably hit a lot higher. But fuck trying in TB.
Is it worth it?
No. The only thing that's worth it is the planets, the special missions.
Yes.
That's it.
Oh yeah, those absolutely. The special missions I'll remod for, to get the planets open, that sort of stuff. Well, I mean, just the Cal mission. The Cal mission I'll remod for. Everything else I'm pretty much okay on.
Yeah. I remod for Cal and Mandalore because I get burned
Mandalore too.
Whenever I don't remod for Mandalore, I always get the crate is gonna double eat. Turn 1, just go blop blop, and you're fine. Or he's gonna eat and immediately spew. And it's just every time I don't remod, that happens. And it's not like my base mods are bad. No, there isn't.
But that's just him choosing random turn order.
It's bad juju. It's bad juju.
It's
the
speed of your characters.
I'll give you that one.
I go with the bad juju.
No, I mean order of moves. Because he'll do different specials in different orders. And
I know.
Always be consistent. So
it won't always
you really bad.
Yeah, no, he can. I know, but if your base speed isn't high enough, if you're going with IG-12 and your base speed isn't high enough, and you get speed down, you don't take. He can take back-to-back turns before anybody can move. That's all I'm saying is that your modding is a little bit important because of just base speed. And I would take a random stab at that. Probably not the highest modding priority for Scribe and
Oh
GAC
God, no.
is
I don't use
that character.
So yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting time. So I just remod because let's face it, it's a click of a button in Hot Utils. I'm alright with doing that.
Decently fast.
I just do that nonsense and get it done. But I don't think there's anything else. I don't remod for the Reaver mission anymore because that's pretty straightforward with Reaver anyway. But you know, if I had the Marok Omicron on there, that would be.
It's a little bit of shard shop currency. We'll be all right.
Yeah. So if I can just steal some of Karth's armies and just I mean, let's be honest. If I stole Karth's armies, I wouldn't put them on TP Omicrons. I'd be less like GAC Omicrons and TW ones that I'm missing.
That'd be a slap in the face.
Yeah.
Imagine stealing someone's Omicrons and then applying it to TB characters. Like,
where am I at with that?
It's like, Sordy, I've always liked your Omicron.
I'm at 150 mats.
150 Ommies. You son of a... So, you know, we know that 60 of them are for Darkside Ray.
Yeah, but I mean, I still got like 2 months to get, or another 6 weeks, so that'll give me that'll give me another like 40 to 50 mats. But probably. I
hate you guys with all your Omicron mats. I'm on you're on 100 and something, and Wolfie's on 146, and I'm on 5.
Yeah, I just probably haven't been applying as many as you have. I mean, you've had like a lot of TW required Omicrons and everything, and I have been generally hoarding them. I put 2 on Ezra. I put 2 on Balin. Yeah,
I tripled Balin. I've got 2 on Ezra. But I have been doing quite a few TW Ommies recently, because joining the new guild, they were like, these Omicrons you must have. And there was like 6 of them I was missing. I was like, fuck. So I've been gradually applying those. And I've just put on Sabine's, actually. So, because that's now...
Sabine TW?
Yeah. That's a required one. And I was like, with Hera's being also TW on me, and I will be a pretty early adopter for GL Ahsoka, so I imagine we're getting double bubble there and just going crazy.
See that I'm at 150 after doing General Syndulla and Padawan Sabine. Like, I only have 2. There's only 2 GAC armies. There's only 2 GAC armies I don't have, and they're the 2 Afro droids. Everything else I have. And then TW, there's only like 2 goodish ones left, which would be for Jyn Erso and Scando. But
you don't have Skiff Guard?
It's never been important. Like the battle never lasts long enough. Like a
default, like you would have like thrown it on there just like because.
No,
just why the fuck not?
At the time, I wasn't.
Legitimately, it's his cards we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's a TW, and at the time when he came out, I was in a guild that didn't really care. We were like 85% win rate with like 38 signing up consistently. So we usually were punching down pretty hard. So like it didn't matter what you had. But it's the battle for the way his ability basically takes effect. It just takes forever to get it on the board, and so it's like. It has some use, but after his Datacron went away, its effectiveness kind of went out the door with it. Kind of how like Night Trooper feels right now with his army. It's like it's cool, but it doesn't do much after the Kron left.
Man, I'd argue even with the Kron, it never felt like a great team. It felt like it was such a volatile team. I suppose it's mostly because I used it against Jabba, and anything that's ramping crit damage against Jabba is incredibly scary. But
yes,
because you're just like, well, I guess I'll just blow myself up. Each thermal detonator doing 120,000 damage. Why not?
Seems legit.
I was very disappointed with that one, and now Night Trooper getting hawked out for $65 basically at Relic 1 is just kind of like. Huh.
I mean, in fairness, like for anybody who gives a care about Ahsoka, they're probably already got him at 7 stars by now, anyways.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
And that's a lot to pay for just gear. Besides Cairo, like the only thing that makes it somewhat back on is Cairo.
If you haven't invested in them at all, it's
But it's, I mean, for a character to Relic 1, if you have no investment. It's a good bang for your buck at that junction. But, the outcry on that I found funny because I was like, you've had 4+ months of use out of the character. they're gonna have to shell out to get Ahsoka and then bench the character because they're not even going to get the rest of the Imperial Remnant team.
Yeah, my more question is who is actually buying this? You know, like you said, who is this actually targeted at?
Interesting one, isn't it? It is an
apparently
question.
Getting Ahsoka will have already had these characters and everything, so that just feels like a really, really niche.
Somebody who decided to
get these.
to wail on Ahsoka after Enoch's marquee event.
Yeah, legitimately, if somebody like came into the game a few months ago and like missed those marquees and wants to buy them or something, I don't even know.
So, do we actually expect it to actually drop for Death Trooper Peridia and basically everybody?
It would well, it's a possibility that it shows up after the update on next week, but at this junction, I don't know why they wouldn't have those bundles don't drop until after the next update goes live, and at this junction, I don't know why they wouldn't have put one out for Death Trooper Peridia.
Yeah,
as well. I actually thought that the first one was going to be a bundle for the two of them, for Death Trooper and Night Trooper together, and then Enoch separate.
All right.
But
it's very peculiar.
Is what it is.
Could you imagine if that was how marquees were? It was just like, oh yeah, you can try and you can buy the individual packs, or you can pay $65 and get them to Relic 1 now. Could you imagine that day one marquee release?
If they did that day one, like at that point, it's just like
the only
totally reason why
it's so god.
Yeah, it's what you're spending already, anyways, and the gear would be better for people, but.
That's a significant discount over what you're spending day one to get it to Relic.
Oh, massive.
I mean, that's 100% relative to the account that is doing it.
Because, if your Karth gear is irrelevant at this point.
Yeah. the only I occasionally
like the shards.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what you'll spend, because you'll spend basically a vault on the Surge pack,
which is more than $60.
Yeah.
Which is. Yeah,
a lot more than 60. So.
No, I'm saying if day one they wouldn't have it at 65, they would probably do it at 150.
But I mean, that's the scenario that I was proposing. Yeah. Imagine if it was day one, $65.
Day one, 60. Oh yeah, CG would just be selling the farm at that point. They might as well just quit doing marquee events and just be like, hey, for $20, have a 7-star character.
So there is the marquee event doesn't actually award any shards at all. It's a preview. And you can just give $65 and get the character. But after that, you have to wait a month for it to go into shipments and another month for it to go free to play farmable. Could you imagine the outrage?
Oh my god!
People would just be like, "Fuck you, CG! You stole my kids."
Already doing that, so.
Yeah, I mean, always. Yeah.
That would be any different from
how
it is right now, or.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I can't see them doing it. I think the only reason they're pushing it out is because of the GL release, and even then, I think it's going to be a really low adoption rate on the pack. Just because that Imperial Remnant team is not worth farming outside of the fact that it is part of GL Ahsoka's requirements, because like Enoch has some viability in the DTMG team because of his unique being as powerful as it is, but outside of that. Unless you have the
Death Trooper and Night Trooper, I think those guys are actually pretty good on a Night Sister team.
Yeah, no, they but that's where they live, which means you need to farm 2 other characters on top of that as well. But I mean, for anybody who's outside of like Kyber 2, I mean, Great Mothers without the Kron is pretty much just going to be what it is. It's a little bit of a nuisance, but it's not like it's going to be a stone line team after her Kron goes away. I mean, she'll get. I
mean, for us, it's definitely going to be a lot easier to take out. But I've seen people getting, or rather, heard some stories of some good holds. The lower accounts, people, 5-star Great Mothers or whatever Great Mothers like actually doing shit. So.
Oh yeah, no, I that's 100%. They're going to probably just be around inexperience of what the character's kit does. They take somebody in like Gas who immediately loses his protection and sits down, and then the chaos ensues. But it's just
the
I think it depends.
Interaction is so funny. Oh
yeah,
my God.
I just think a lot of it's just with Great
Mothers.
It's just one of those
protection removed,
not with
and then losing the dude. Yeah,
I think it's one of those things. One of those things where it's like, if you go with the dark side team with the pre-taunt, you're gonna pretty much just walk right past Great Mothers because they don't have any way to stop getting steamrolled after that. So
Sorry,
it's just
say again?
when they lose their cron, and in general, Great Mothers, if you take in a dark side pre-taunting tank, they will have to doom the tank, and then you just go beat the crap out of the team. Once they quit recovering health and protection for attacks at a turn, they're not going to do anything.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Let's not pretend like the Great Mothers are going to be trash without their cron. They're still going to be good.
No,
But,
I know.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah, like
It's
especially lower tiers. And
it's a
everything,
team that's going to
good.
require good mod investment to be defensively viable or offensively useful.
Well, once their Great Mother's data cron disappears and they stop recovering 80% of their health and protection if you attack out of turn and gaining foresight and retribution, and dealing 35% of your max health to your damage when you attack. Once they lose all of that, very minor details, then they become a lot more manageable.
Little shit.
Well, and they quit gaining turn meter passively for attacks out of turn. They don't take reduced damage anymore. They don't deal true damage to enemies when they attack out of turn.
Yeah.
They can revive again.
So just a few things.
There's things. There are so it's just gonna be literally you take Imperial troopers with Shore and then just you'll probably kill them. I wouldn't guarantee it, but it's gonna be the same fate as most Night Sister teams. Versus once you can turn meter loop them, they're just gonna get run over. Besides the fact that they are also immune to daze, immune to fear, they get 100% bonus health, not bonus, but 100% health and protection added on, and 200% defense. Like when they're not when they are not nearly as durable, they will just cave. And like that's the thing is that you just they're gonna go sit on the side. They'll be a decent offensive team against certain mechanics, but
again, that's for us. Again, for the rest of the game, like I said, I've heard of some other people getting some pretty good holds and everything with non-relic, non-datacron, non-whatever Great Mothers and everything.
It's 100% contextual. Like, what are they using? It's like if they're going in with geos against it, like of course it's failed. Like
I'm just saying.
I'm
Our perspective is not always indicative of the entire
audience
over here.
I know that, but it's just
I mean nobody in this chat has got less than 12.5 million GP.
My point is for the most part,
like 15,000 GP, 20,000 GP. Get this shit out of here, Scribe.
Hey, dude, my alt account is at like 60,000 GP right now. It is fucking flying. I tell you what, dude. Like side comment right now, but holy shit, the early game is completely overhauled. I've been playing less than a week, 5 days maybe. 5 days, I'm level 69, which is nice.
Damn,
but
nice.
69 in like 5 days?
That's crazy.
It's so quick now. I was like,
it was months.
It used to take like 3-4 months to get to level 85 of daily play, and now I'm like 3-4 days. Like day one, I was level 36. Because you just keep on getting quests, and every time you finish a quest, you level up. And then it's like, every time you level up, you get a new quest.
Hey, look. Free energy. Hey, look, free energy.
Genuinely, I've got like 1,000 and something mod energy right now.
Oh my god.
Because I can't beat the missions to 3 stars, and you can't take in an ally unit. So I just I can't even farm mods properly. I can do. I've done all the missions, but the challenges that actually lets you.
No.
Yeah, so I can't sim, so I can't. So there's no point. I was like, I might as well just hoard this energy until I'm strong enough to 3-star some of these nodes, and then it's mad how quickly it goes. It's like normally you've got time before you hit level 60 to sort of build up a fleet, and now I'm like I don't even have the currency to level up my ships. Like I've got no fleet currency.
Damn.
So my fleets are like level 60. 3 ships are like level 60, and that's it. No abilities, nothing.
That is the prime example of what what that funnels you into, though, is because that's how like whaling in the initial game was too. Is that you would just get so far past what you could reasonably maintain, and so it's like you had to stop and maintain one like team and not deviate because you would have to then gear, and it was hard to go back and gear because you just weren't accumulating things fast enough to make it worth your time.
Genuinely, I feel like I should be going for pilotless ships right now, just because I'm like, if I get them to 7 stars, then I don't need to gear the characters.
It's something for sure.
But yeah, it's
Get your MILF unlocked day 1, and then
that's not free to play, Karth. Come on.
I mean,
Just
it can
get
be.
all the Lightspeed bundles and you'll be good.
It can be. I mean, just get someone else to pay it for you.
Exactly.
It's just free to whale.
free
What?
to whale. Could you imagine free to whale? I hope if this game ever does collapse, that CG just makes the store with no cost on anything for like the last month, so everybody can just go in and buy everything for free.
Oh my God.
Just like everybody gets 12 million crystals. Go. Do what you want.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can't see this game dying anytime soon.
Well, I don't see it dying anytime in the next 5 years. So, but we never know.
No.
We never know.
Like, they would need catastrophic like system failures for the game to die anywhere the next 5 years.
Yeah. So interesting times. Interesting times. So we were talking about the update, by the way.
Yes.
Were we?
Yeah. So we've done the first
Allegedly.
bit, which was the episode cap currency going from 30,000 to 100,000. They've also made it easier for people to get the first 5 levels of the episode track bit. Well, the first 4 levels really of the episode track, which is kind of good. It's basically cut off enough EXP across the entire track to save us 2 levels. So, like, to get your first level, you only need 1,000 episode points. Second level is 2,000. Third level is 3,000. Fourth level is 4,000. It's cut out
think
10k in total.
People were saying that was better for like the free to players to get
Yeah.
the what do you call it?
It's the early
Omicron's
Omicron and the
really
early
enough, right?
currency. Yeah. So
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
it starts because none of the other milestones have changed. They're still all 5k, and adding up all the points, it's literally 10k episode points, which is 2 levels. So it's like it's literally taken out 2 levels of the entire grind, which is really good. You know, when you consider as a free to play player, not doing any GAC quests would get you to level 39 if you did all your dailies. 39 is now essentially 41, which is like that's so good. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That is definitely a nice bonus.
nice positive change there from CG. I mean, for everybody else who's like either buys the track or does well, it's end game and just maxes out quickly. It's nice and everything, but I think we spoke about it earlier. When you get to the end, it's kind of anticlimactic because it's like,
Yes.
you just get currency, which I can't really spend on anything I really care too much about because you're always going to have enough for your Omicrons, which is the big thing to buy, right? And then everything else is just like mod slicing mats, maybe a mod or two if it happens to have speed on it. But hey.
And with their wonderful new game-wide conquest system, tedious bullshit after tedious bullshit. I know it's not much to have to upgrade mods and everything, but it's so freaking annoying. Win 5 battles with General Syndulla and Mon Mothma on your squad. Why did we add conquest feats to the regular game? Just stop. Just fucking. You made the dailies easier.
Who in their right mind is going to actually run General Syndulla with Mon Mothma as well? Like,
well,
you made the dailies easier. Thank you. I'm happy for you. But what the fuck is this?
Just
This
go
is
do
dumb.
regular battle energies in auto for like 2 minutes.
Right,
And throw
but that's
all
like
the required
extra
teams
shit that you now have to do on top of. They were supposed to save us time. They just like created more bullshit.
It's like 5 minutes at the absolute worst of it.
But like,
time is money,
why?
Carl. Time is money.
Just
Okay.
we never had to like bother thinking about that anymore. Now it's just like, oh fuck, I gotta get my last shit. Oh, I do my feats over here. I gotta remember to do that. It's just an extra thing for absolutely no reason, man. The more we get
to
this,
drive
going
engagement.
on,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it
the
is.
more I'm seeing it, the less I'm on board with this new update. It's just definitely added to the tediousness of the things, or not.
I mean,
not really
a
helped
small
all that
amount.
much as well.
I'll be honest. I'm not that fussed by it, but it is an inconvenience. It's like, oh, for God's sake.
I can do like almost everything for the marquee release in like 30 minutes or less, and then you just wait for the shards to accumulate to unlock whatever you couldn't pick up day 1.
Yeah,
it's like making the dailies easier was
it's
a step
a little
forward. I think this was 2 steps back.
It's
Oh,
a
but
little bit more work for free rewards. You get
did
arrow magnifiers, omicrons, droid brains, other things. I mean,
but
it's not,
did
it's
you
not
have
that
the
much
joy
work.
though of simming Smuggler's Run 1 and 2?
I did.
Like
That was nice.
I
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I got a chub on, like genuinely.
Mhm.
Like I was just like, oh sim, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just
That was
sim
so
that
Sim
bad boy.
me harder.
Yeah, that was the good
Yeah.
stuff right there. Yeah, we need more of that. Like I'm so glad I
they-
never again have to play Smuggler's Run 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did.
It
they did
takes
get rid
too
of
long.
that.
Damn
That
it.
is for sure.
Even on auto, when you walk away, that's still too much time. Like no,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
That was an annoying one.
It was. So I'm glad that's gone through. So the next changes are actually really freaking cool. I feel. I don't want to talk about them rejigging the feats in Conquest because, it's like, okay, sure, your Galactic Challenge feats for the episode track appeared 12 hours after the Galactic Challenge went live, and some people lost their shit. Were like, oh my god, I can't get it now because I've already done my Galactic Challenges. It's like, dude, just wait for the next one, you'll be fine. But
I think they addressed that.
They
I
did.
think they said they were changing the timing on that
Yeah.
one.
yeah,
They
yeah.
did.
So they've moved it back a day basically, and the same for Conquest. Conquest feat will appear the
Yeah.
day before Conquest starts. I get it. It should have been like that in the first place, but that one for me was just kind of like mountains out of molehills, people. Mountains
Yeah.
out of molehills.
It is
It's
such a
just-
fringe group that is finishing Conquest before that feat would go live.
Yeah,
It more
I mean,
just seems like silly oversights, like where you
yeah,
just
it's definitely silly. oversights.
unforced errors, just like shooting yourself in the foot for absolutely no reason. It just,
I mean, I wouldn't even go that far. It's a silly. You have an entire month to collect the quest. Like, I can't see why it was even that big of a deal. The Conquest one is the only one I could get behind for a small degree because there are some mad lads that do
There's
day
two in our
one
guild.
max Conquest. Okay, fine. They can't get any more burritos. I get you.
Mhm.
But everybody else, Conquest is usually over a few days, and it wouldn't have bothered a soul.
well, it was more about the Galactic Challenge one. That was more
Sure.
just a
Yeah,
really
the-
stupid thing.
the
Like,
Conquest
do
one
the
probably-
GC on the first day. Yeah, the
3
Conquest
days
one,
later,
that one seems
It
kinda silly,
impacts
but,
all of like
you know.
12 people. The Conquest one.
Yeah,
but
but the
GC
other
one
one
challenge
is-
thing. No, I thought the
the G-
challenge thing was for the episode quest. Wasn't that like for the weekly thing?
What are we talking
Sorry?
about now?
So
The-
the Galactic Challenge is like the complete whatever Galactic Challenge feats. Wasn't
Yeah.
that like part of the weekly quest thing? So
Yeah,
but
if
you
had
have
done it,
you have an
wouldn't be
entire
able to get
month.
it then.
You have
No,
an entire month
you've
to
got
collect
the rest of the
them.
month to get it. So
Oh, okay,
it doesn't. It
Yeah,
did like it. Unless they released it, unless they had one of those feats on the very last day, and it happened to line up that there's no more Galactic Challenges for you to do during the 28-day period, the whole episode track. That's the only scenario where you won't be able to get that done, unless
Okay.
for the entirety of the rest of the month, you just can't do
Oh,
any
okay.
GC feats because
Gotcha.
it is a
it's-
weekly quest, but they don't disappear. It's just they unlock as they go.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just that would be the only scenario in which you'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll bite on that change needing to happen.
Okay.
But outside of that,
Yeah.
it's like whatever.
I do get it. It was a silly thing to have in the first place, right? Because it's obviously going to make the knee jerk reaction from people is going to be like, "Oh my god, I can't get it done." But it just shouldn't have been a problem in the first place. I guess is the thing. But hey,
Yeah.
they're fixing it. Great.
Oh yeah.
So
They're listening. They're taking care of it.
Exactly.
And more power to them. Glad when they're doing that. So
yeah.
we'll sing their praises when they deserve the praises to be sung.
Absolutely.
So-
So we talked about it briefly, but we are getting 2 new shipments inside the episode currency shipment store, which is 2 more Omicron mounts, which is fucking phenomenal. Cast doesn't care.
Yeah, so
Um,
five a week instead of 3.
Yeah, which means, over the
Yeah.
28-day period, we get a full 20 Omicrons without touching the episode track, essentially. Well, actually, you do have
That's
to touch
good.
the episode track, but, that's so good, man. 8 extra
Dude, honestly,
Omicrons over a month. Love it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Especially
We
because
need
I'm
more
gonna say, like-
attenuators. I need more stores with attenuators.
But
Well, they
just
added the attenuators to the daily box.
there's more attenuators
Yeah, it's
coming.
one of the 3 things we can get. I want more. I
Yeah,
want
I
more
got 16 the other
attenuators.
day.
You're like,
I'm-
I want 4 more with 16 attenuators.
I'm annoyed that like the Galactic Legend event store is like well, the majority of what you do is put that towards Omicrons.
Yeah.
And so it's like that you do have attenuators there, but I would have to even refresh more and more crystals just to go pick up the attenuators to get what's out of there. It's just like, I want somewhere where I get the currency technically for free, and I don't have to keep spending it. Give me some attenuators in the war store. I'm tired of using it for shard shop currency.
Could you imagine? GW stores, like, you can sacrifice your shard shop currency, or you can get micro attenuators.
Though, speaking of which, the shard shop currency, CG has pretty much made energy hoarding like
null and void. Yeah, for sure.
Like, I wouldn't go like completely null and void, but like to the extent of how far you need to start out hoarding is drastically lowered.
I mean,
well, and they also made it much easier to hoard energy because you can now get your daily 600 from other energy sources.
Yeah,
so
I know. It was.
Yeah,
so
it was
at the same time.
It was such a funny swing. It's like we've made it easier to hoard energy because now you don't have to spend regular energy to get your the battles done with regular energy and the tickets and then they're like,
that makes total sense to me.
Currency.
It makes total sense to me because it's like, hey, we've made it easier for you, and now we've completely devalued it as well. Got him. But Karth, you might as well just continue hoarding unless there's a double drop event. But even if there's a double drop event, you're like, oh, twice as much stuff I don't need.
I mean, well, all I do in double drops is farm stuff for high-end relic mats anyway. So like
I suppose that makes sense. Yeah.
Pyrotex.
Could you imagine how the Tribe Talks podcast show would go if Karth actually had Relic 9 everything? He'd be like, damn it, CG, bring me something I can use. Whose fault is this, Karth? Whose fault is this?
It sounds like a personal problem, really.
It is. And I'm okay with it, to be honest with you. But it's just one of those things where it's like, it's just where they decide to bring in certain things. I still am waiting for an answer back from Meathead for my Jawa daily deal bundles. I'm still miffed that I get absolute dog shit every single day.
Why? Because you have nothing to gear.
I have nothing to gear, so all it gives me every day in my $3,200 crystal bundle is 60 Mark III Carbantes, 30 of the tier 1 salvage.
But you clearly don't need that.
I don't. It's nothing. If they would at least, like, because of my alt, it's giving me the impulse detectors for 3,200.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good, to be fair.
Which is decent, Now, granted, today it's not, because today it's all salvaged because I went through a bunch of stuff recently, but.
Yeah, I used to get them quite frequently, actually, but now I get most of mine through raiding. So
yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I really want certain things, but meh, whatever.
Prefer. Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand it. I'm on the fringe case scenario of who benefits.
You are the fringe case scenario.
No, there's a couple more that are more fringe than me that have everything at R9.
On the fringe of the fringe.
Yeah.
I got 60 Mark III Carbantes and 60 Mark IV bullshits and 60 Mark 9 shit I don't need, and lovely, my daily deals. Woohoo!
I've got
like 9 everything. Yeah,
mine today is actually crap as well, because mine's got the I suppose it's got electriums, but I don't really want to drop 3,200 crystals on 30 electriums with only some signal data. It's like,
actually the funny part is that which we'll probably get when the next update comes out, is I didn't see anything for the 500 relic packs, the 500 crystals on the Gamble packs for relics. Those weren't loaded into the store. But in fairness,
they usually come after the end of championship finishes, right?
Yeah. So they should be the week after, in theory, the week after Ahsoka launches.
Which would be really good timing, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because I know, Karth, you're probably like Relic 9 full Spectre squad already, but I still need to take Plo from 5 to 8. Wolfie landed on his fucking feet.
You slacker! How'd you not have Plo at Relic 8? Oh my god.
He was at gear 11 until the Lightspeed bundle pack came out.
Okay.
And then he just went straight to Relic 5. I was like, yep, take it. and yeah, I obviously need to do Hera. But how are you doing, Wolfie? Are you set?
I'm at 90 out of 100 on General Sandula.
Nice.
Otherwise, I am good to go.
Yep.
Just there.
I'm at 89 out of 100.
I'm beating you. I'm so much better at this game than you.
I'm so much better than you.
One better.
Fuck
better at this game than you. Ha!
But you're also like a million GP, so you're a million and one better.
Damn it.
What is your GP actually? I think you are. You're coming on 13 and a bit, haven't you? What are you?
13.2.
13.2. Okay, so you don't have a million. You've got like 500k or something. I'm just
13.286.
I am 1269.1. I could say 690,000, but 69.1 sounds better.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So about 600,000.
Yeah, there or
That's
thereabouts.
not bad.
Not too shabby. I don't think that gap is going to meaningfully close unless I keep getting a bunch of Relic 9 sub goals. And then the gap will close in the worst way possible. It's like, I will catch up to you with utter shit. It's like, yes, have my R9 Hoth Rebel Soldier.
Behold the power of my shit.
Essex, screw you. Essex is like, I've already got a 7-step. Yeah. I got fucked on my pulls on the Surge pack. And they didn't have my 15 armies, and I was so upset.
Dude, the 15 armies in that pack that one time, holy shit, that was so good.
I feel like that must have been
absolutely
like some intern accidentally put them in there. And they were like, don't do that. That value is too good.
Too late. Already gone out.
I mean, if you want more people to buy the Surge pack,
I would have bought that Surge pack so many times. Like I would, I would have like 1,000 shards of fucking Hu Yang. I'd be like, don't care, got a load of Omicrons.
Charge up currency.
Yep, I'll take it. Although realistically, that's they had that Omicron pack not so long ago, which was $100 for 50, and I think you also got like 20 Zeta mats or something like that, and some other shit. I was like, they need to bring that thing out because I want to buy that.
It's coming back for Christmas.
Yeah, I need that.
Oh, I skipped that one.
Yeah, I didn't buy it the first time, but I was very tempted. I was very tempted.
Value. That's the best. That's the best Omicron offer that they've ever had for.
Well, it's normally, what is it? It's normally $30 for 10.
Omicrons.
$30 for 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So even if you multiplied that by 3, that's $90 for 30, and they did $100 for 50. Like,
now
and you get 20 Zetas.
Value. Compare that to the value of the $100 Omega bundle, and it's like,
fuck yeah,
close.
It's not even close.
Yeah. you're targeting a very specific demographic at that junction with that pack, and they did sell it. I guarantee you, they did sell it.
It probably did sell. Those
Omega
poor
bundles.
souls. To those early game players.
Whales,
Anybody who bought any of these new Lightspeed bundles for their first GL,
man.
like, you need 25, 30 Omegas per character on the team, and let alone when you start slapping Zetas on. I mean, GLs need almost 100 on their own right just to max them out. So I guarantee you they sell to those early whales.
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely sold some. It was just sort of amusing.
No, to me, they didn't.
To everybody who's been playing for a long time,
it's insane.
It's a complete joke and a waste of your time to buy that. But
it's
early level accounts
to think about.
But hey, it is what it is. They probably got some sales out of it. They were probably very happy about it. So can't be too mad at. I would never buy that one. I mean, like I said, I didn't buy the Omicron one, but I was very tempted to. The only reason I didn't was because I think at that time I'd already done like 2 Relic 9s in that week, and I was like, I have nothing to spend on this game, but that's tempting.
Right.
So
you'll be wailing after the 15th, anyways.
The 15th, the 15th I'll get paid from Twitch, and this last month was ungodly good for Twitch for me. So I'll never see that sort of subscription count ever again, I don't think. But I need to catch up on some Relic 9s. So the Relic 9 packs comes.
Yes,
I think it's a you get like 15 girders, like 100 of each Relic mat and something else for $99. You buy that
Something
once,
like that.
and then they repeat the pack for half price. So it's like, oh shit, yeah, okay, I'll get both. I'll get both.
For 150, it's a pretty solid.
Yeah, for
solid
150,
deal.
you basically get 1.5 Relic 9s and way more signal data than you actually need if you've got some of the Relic levels already invested in those characters.
Biggest thing on that pack and value is the signal data. It's you still got to buy it twice to get 20 droid brains. You get 30 Gerdas at that junction, I believe, and then the big thing with it though is that you're getting, even though you got to buy it twice, you're getting 20 arrows and 20 impulses with it,
which I really need right now.
Which that's huge too, because that's like always been my beef with the R9 packs. They're like, yeah, well, you take a character R9, and it's like, yeah, but you're not giving me enough materials to do that. Like now it feels like they actually are. Like 150 is now for sure going to land you on that R9. Like this should take almost any character from Relic 1 to Relic 9 with the materials that are in the pack. So not a bad set of things to have right before a new GL drops. So
well, yeah, exactly, because I still need to take Tebow from R3 to R9. And and I still need to do Plo R5 to R8 and Hera to R7 R8.
You're gonna need a few more Relic packs.
I don't think they're going to do any more of those. And plus, I'm not going to go crazy. It's Christmas. And I'm also going to Rome in February, so I can't just go spendy. You know.
I mean, you can.
I mean, I could, but that would be foolish of me.
Yes.
I mean,
not recommended.
Live the American way. Credit card debt for days.
Days? Amateur.
Every minute is a new credit card maxed.
Oh God.
Oh God.
There's a lot of spending at that point.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's get back to the updates since we're derailing very well here.
Or better, Essex Hammer put in chat.
What did he put in chat?
Skeleton Squad. Or Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew.
The Skelly Squad.
He wrote Squad and then he corrected it to Screw, but I read it and Skelly Squad was fun to say, so I said it anyway.
Let's take a detour and talk about Skeleton Crew then. What are your thoughts, Jones? No spoilers.
God damn, that was a lot of fun. It was just
I agree.
really fun. Well done. It started off well. It didn't seem very childish. I mean, you could tell it's
kiddie-esque.
Sort of Goonies kind of feel to it, but yes, it's definitely not like a super childish kind of show.
It's
it
lighthearted,
is enjoyable.
So
I am 100% reserving all judgment until the whole thing is out, because I'm so tired of trying to pick apart episode by episode of how I feel about a show. I feel like that's the biggest issue with how they release this stuff. It's just like
I'm more than happy to judge an episode based on what I've seen so far. I'm happy to.
I know. But then you'll get like one lemon, and then it like puts a bad taste in your mouth. You're like, do I really want to finish it?
Well,
and then
try and view it in the full context. You know?
Yeah. It's
easier to do when you just watch in the full context.
Because I don't know if that's how you've taken this, Karth. I know you normally wait for them all to drop, don't you, and then you binge it.
Yeah.
So have you watched already, or?
I mean, I've seen enough of it. You can't get around it. It's on every Star Wars content creator YouTube channel, so it's like you're gonna see every bit of it.
I mean, no, but have you watched the episodes?
No.
Okay, good. Because it's not the same. Like seeing clips of the show and stuff is not the same.
I know.
But
I've heard plenty enough about it. I don't have a bad taste about it. It's not going to be like the Acolyte all over again. But...
No, it's very different from the Acolyte. Very different.
We're episode 2 of what? There's 8 or 10 in this series.
I don't actually know. I haven't looked. I tend not to look at this sort of thing. So, but yeah, they did a double drop, and it comes out every Wednesday, I think.
Not sure. Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that.
Something like
but
that.
Yeah, the seasons have been really short recently. It's like 8 episodes, 10 episodes, something like that. They really have not been very long seasons, which is
because
really
the Acolyte
ate like a 25-minute
$24 million an episode or something stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah, and some of the episodes were like 25 minutes. It's insane. But,
there was one.
What money
that was
are you
literally
laundering right now?
Yeah, one of those episodes was literally the previous episode from a different camera angle. so they film them both at the same time. There is 8 episodes that will be available for this show, and they release every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Yeah. So, my preliminary thoughts on it was, it's fun. It's just like,
it's harkening back to a lot of that 90s, kids go on an adventure.
Definitely. Vibe. It's like the famous 5, and I don't know if you had that over in the States, but
Goonies and
the Goonies, exactly. It's that sort of thing. It's just kids get into mischief, have a good time. Yeah, it's lighthearted. It's kind of maybe a little bit on the adolescent side, but not massively so. It's more like how, Shrek is kind of for kids, but adults can enjoy it too, sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
I think they struck the vibe
really
right.
sets the tone.
Shine your shoes, your face.
Touch the grass, wipe your face.
Yes.
Really set the tone for the show. Like you could tell, like it's sort of saying it again, no spoilers, but it's a kid show, but it's not meant to be like just for kids or anything. They're definitely telegraphing that pretty well. So
so I think they struck it really, really well, and I came away thinking, 1, enjoyed it. We'll look forward to the next episodes. 2, damn, I could see a particular droid coming to the game, and I'd love him to be in the game. Yes, please.
Right?
Hell yes.
I'm really hoping at this junction with this show is that I would not be surprised. I know Wolfie might lose his ever-loving shit if Hondo appears in this show.
I mean, it would be on brand.
I don't know if Hondo is still alive at this point.
He definitely is still alive at this point.
I don't know what the
I don't know what the timeline
those
is.
guys are.
He's still alive at the end of stuff with Rebels, and he's not too old at that point.
Can we call that the actual name of the series for Rebels? Stuff with Rebels.
Stuff with Rebels.
It's Star Wars stuff with Rebels. Yep. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what the timeline it's set in.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
It's set in Mandalorian timeline. I think it's supposed to be set like
it happens before that. This is before Mando. Has to be, man. The one guy dies, so there's no way it can be during.
No, the one guy escapes.
Doesn't he?
The guy you're thinking of from Mando, I think he escapes the battle. He says fuck it and books it.
Bucket and fucks it.
Doesn't he die at the very end though when they assault the planet? I thought he died.
I don't think
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he escapes.
It's been too long.
It's right around that timeline, though. It's right around the Mandalorian.
I guarantee you, chat will say something here in a minute. But anyways, it's roughly the same time
says that Hondo is at Galaxy's Edge, which is set in the sequel trilogy era. So technically, Hondo's still alive at the end of the Skywalker saga. I could dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised they bring Hondo in, but that would actually give a nice opening for SWGoH to add the pirate tag and then give us a pirate crew and capital ship and have some fun with that. There's a lot of openings with that. So I'm interested to see what happens with that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Hondo makes a surprise appearance or at least a brief cameo somewhere. Because you're dealing with pirates, you might as well have someone who's notable that you've made survive all this time.
Yeah,
right.
Be there.
Why not do something?
So,
for something. I hope so.
Like the most again, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Say anything, but yeah, I think they could definitely pull him in.
Yeah, I hope so
for sure.
Hello, my little girl. But, she's so
yes. Overall, I would say enjoyed the first 2 episodes. Yeah. Looking forward to it continuing on.
Pleasantly surprised is how I would. Because I don't tend to.
Rob says that the writers said that Hondo does not make an appearance.
Oh,
listen,
shame.
I don't want to agree with you because they did a lot of smoke and mirrors on Luke appearing in the show in Mando.
Leslie Headland flat out said that Yoda would not be in Acolyte.
Yeah.
So.
I
get what you mean.
I get what you mean. Yeah,
I hear you, but at the same time, they lie.
In Mando, they made all of the stuff leading up to Luke coming into Mando season 2 was all done with Plo Koon. like everyone was convinced Plo Koon was coming back. He had somehow survived his crash and was coming back. And then they're like, yeah. And then on the day of the set, it's like, and then shut it, Luke, bitches.
Bro Clune. They should totally bring him back. What a boss.
He was a G.
He was a G. Yep.
He was the original spacewalker.
He was.
In the Clone Wars, he's actually like going around floating through space, and he doesn't even have a helmet on. He's just like, I can survive in the space.
Well, for short periods of time, they're pretty explicit about
it.
His
was a few
limitations.
minutes he was outside. He was.
I mean, it's a damn sight longer than any one of us would survive in space.
Yeah. Well, it's his face mask
for a few minutes.
Yeah,
like,
it's his face mask.
Which funnily enough, appears in Andor, doesn't it? It's in Luthen's collection.
A lot of things appear in Andor. The freaking Sith armor from Starkiller is in Andor.
How strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of nice little Easter eggs over there.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, getting back on track then. Skeleton Crew, ultimately. Looks really good. Solid start. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. It looks interesting. I'll probably get through. I'll probably sit down and watch the entire thing when it finishes up in mid-January here. But for me, it never bothers me what spoilers are, because it's not contextual when someone tells me it. It's like okay, I don't know how that piece of information plays in, so it's like I'll notice it when I watch it, but it doesn't ruin the fun for me.
Yeah, but
so
yeah,
like,
we want to keep it spoiler free here.
Yeah.
So back to episode track stuff changes. Apparently, they're changing the character shards to be, and I quote, "focus on characters that will be helpful in current and future episodes."
Yeah.
Bad Batch, not the new ones, obviously. Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum, Saw Gerrera, Night Sister Zombie, and Ezra Bridger. I mean, I guess this is helpful to players that don't have those guys sharded up.
This is just foreshadowing the next era. So this is episode 2. They're gonna change
but I
the
mean,
shards in it.
this sounds like there's going to be something that you need to do with the actual OG Bad Batch, not just the new stuff. Because they're saying they're going to be helpful in the current and future episodes.
Well, yeah, if there's feats for complete battles with this character and this character on it, then you need to have those characters unlocked. So at least at 3 stars or whatever, just like to be able to use them.
I think it's just literally just helping people unlock these characters if they've missed them.
Yeah.
Because the whole next era is about the Bad Batch. And so I think it's
the baddest of batches.
I think it's just taking homage to go, hey, might as well pick up the previous set before you unlock the newest set.
This probably is a dumb question, but why is Night Sister Zombie in that?
Honest to God, that one baffles me too, because like I was thinking of the Rebels connection between Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum and Ezra Bridger, and Saw Gerrera having kind of ties together. So that's kind of where my head went, as in like these things all happened after the fall of the Republic, and so they all kind of place between.
Who else was in the pack?
So it's all the OG Bad Batch crew.
Yeah,
there's Ahsoka Fulcrum, Saw Gerrera, Night Sister Zombie, and Ezra. OG Ezra, obviously.
Okay.
So they all have some level of connection in Rebels, but that's about as far as I can press.
I say Saw and Zombie were both like in Fallen Order, I guess. You could sort
they
of.
were. Zombies were.
Why is OG Cal not in here?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Seems a weird one.
We're stretching here.
Unless it's just nothing to do with that, and it's just the fact that we're going to get the mercenary Asajj, and then she's a Night Sister.
I really hope that we do get mercenary Asajj. I really do. But I just... what I want to know...
I mean, the graphics are already in there, right? So... Because we had mercenary Asajj like 4 conquests ago.
This is a completely different...
no, sorry. We had Bounty Hunter Asajj. Apologies. Yeah. We didn't have mercenary Asajj.
That's from Clone Wars, and then this would be from the Bad Batch show.
Yeah.
We need 2 more Asajjes.
We need all of the Asajjes. I need a full team of Asajj for 3v3.
All Asajjes on deck. Let's do it.
Oh,
I so love that they called the Han Lightspeed bundle all hands on deck. They knew it. They knew it.
So I don't know if it's foreshadowing much about what's going to be coming in the next era, but it's just foreshadowing the next era of like these are the characters somewhat pertaining to it.
Well, I think there's definitely more to it than that, Garth, because it literally says they're going to be helpful in current and future episodes. So I don't know if the end of the next episode, we don't know if it's going to be an assault battle, an event, a legendary event, whatever, at the end of the Bad Batch one. Is it going to require OG Bad Batch as well as the new Bad Batch?
This is where I want to be pessimistic, and I want to pick apart the definition of helpful, because
we getting
I
pedantic up in this.
I don't think CG is talking about giving us stuff that we actually need. I think it's more or less just the veneer of it's going to coincide with the release of the content. I don't know if it's actually going to be helpful with it, because none of that makes sense. So I'm not trying to be too rude about this, but none of what you've said makes any sense to me, because why would they want OG Bad Batch, which has been in the game for 3+ years now, to help unlock the newest event? Like, that's what all the marquees are for. That come out, or whatever they push towards.
How about both, Garth? How about both?
But why? Why would they do both?
But why not?
Look at what we have right now.
One's free.
Yeah.
Yo, look at what we have right now. General Harrison Dula with fucking Mon Mothma do battles with both of them.
Yep.
It's going to be helpful to have the Bad Batch as they tell you to do stupid fucking feats with this other character.
Sure. Yeah. If you want to talk about,
just strictly helpful like that, I think that's all that it means.
No, that I would understand.
So,
that I would understand. Getting the character 3 to unlock so that you can use them for.
I think it's nothing more than just that.
But that's all. Yeah, I would
it's
agree
just
with
gonna
that.
it's going to be a new assault battle. One of the factions will be Bad Batch, and you'll want the new Bad Batch to complete it. But if you don't have the new Bad Batch, the old Bad Batch might be able to do some of the tiers.
I vehemently disagree, but that's
okay. Well, we'll come back in 3 months, Garth, and we'll in 2 months, and we'll reestablish. No, it will be 3 months.
Not even that. We'll probably find out in 30 days what they're going to do with the next era's characters.
We probably. Sorry, I'm looking at my cat being
so am I.
silly twat on the back of my chair. Yeah, because like Garth, I know you're saying what I'm saying doesn't make sense, but I'm saying if you're saying I don't make sense, you're saying CG's not making sense in their post, because helpful has to be helpful, not hey, this is tertially related to but provides no help.
But I mean, that wouldn't be the first time that they've done something like that, where it's like, we're giving you something that's supposed to be helpful. It's just like, it's just tangentially related to it. It has nothing to really, it doesn't really help you succeed in whatever was going on. I mean,
I'm willing to bet that they're going to be used in some way, shape, or form. Because otherwise, there's no point in them saying that at all. It's just we're just changing it to be themed.
The some shape or form in my head is going to be literally what Wolfie said. They're going to be part of the character marquee. But that's the thing, is that we don't know right now. This is why I have a hard time with that mentality, is because we don't know if when the next era starts, if they're just going to get rid of these and get new characters in anyways. So is the episode supposed to foreshadow the next episode?
Well, they said the current and future episodes. That's what they've said. That's their words.
Updated
current and future.
Character shards will be updated to focus on characters that will be helpful in the current and future episodes.
Yeah.
So will they do that every episode, or are they just saying now we're updating them for episode 2, and then that will carry through the rest of the exactly. So if they change it, then all the speculation goes out the window.
True, absolutely, because this is only episode 2 characters. So I mean, is it just going to be for the next batch of feats, and then when we get episode 1 of episode
we don't have
cavalry.
Any,
Here comes the cavalry.
We don't have any. We don't have any
still
marquee.
Changing things, so nothing is set in stone yet. So
it's
going
sure.
It's going to be played by ear. They could do this at one time. They could change it for the next time.
Yeah.
It's absolutely going to be changing. That I can guarantee you.
Oh yeah,
Nothing
I get.
nothing
They
will be actually
would
said
be
here.
they would be smart to change out the character shards being offered every episode because
Yeah.
at that junction you'll basically be able to take a handful of these characters
Yeah.
to 7 stars for basically free by the time a season or an era expires.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
not really. That's not factually correct, right? Because it's 20 shards per character per week.
Right, it's not gonna be enough to get them to 7 stars, but maybe enough to
No.
get
Unlock
them
them.
unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you only need.
Just basic
Well, I
bullshit
suppose
like
it depends on the character, doesn't it? Like some characters don't unlock until like 4th star.
Every single
that. The marquees are all 2-star unlocks, right?
Yeah.
Every marquee is, which I believe everyone on that list besides. No, I think everyone on that list is a marquee. So
I can't remember
some
with
characters
zombie.
who unlock at 4 stars or something like that. But yeah, I think all the
I don't
marquees are
know.
2-star
I think
unlocks.
Fulcrum is a 4-star unlock, isn't she? Wasn't she an 80 shard unlock? That's long ass time.
Absolutely.
Oh, I could check
no
my
idea.
out.
Ah!
I knew there was a reason why I got an alt. Let me have a look. Because there are some characters that are 80 shard unlocks, aren't they?
Well, yeah,
there are, but those are
very
all
few.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are all ones
like
that are
Boba
usually.
Fett, I think was one.
Yeah, they're usually some sort of currency unlock, or they are. I don't recall.
Well, Boba Fett you get given for free now at the start.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, and you get C-Rex. You get all the Phoenix and C-Rex for free at the start at
Wow.
2 stars. But I was like, wow, C-Rex, oh, amazing.
still.
Oh, actually, I saw your arena squad on the thing, and I was like, damn, he's going hard Phoenix already, and it was like now it makes a lot more sense.
Oh god, yeah, because I was like, I got Rex straight away. It's just kind of like you forget because it's early game. You forget that. Oh, hang on. In order to get Phoenix to assist, you still need to get to like level 58 and take C-Rex's skill to like tier 6 or something. And so I went into my first battle. I used my special. I was like, oh, they don't assist. I was like, fuck, I got to wait all the way to level 58. And
It's
gear
some of those
6
like
or something.
early game realizations. Like think about imp troopers. You know how amazing imp troopers are and whatnot. And then
Yeah.
you realize that actually some of the stuff with was it the Veers lead, the Veers
Fulcrum is 25.
Yeah, sorry, the Veers lead is locked behind like level 80 something.
Oh god.
So you can't actually get the
Oh,
benefit
yeah.
from any of that
Yeah.
shit until you're so far into it, and it's like,
Now,
are
luckily,
those troopers really an early game team?
Yeah.
I don't even
luckily
know.
now getting to level 80 does not take nearly as long, so it's more palatable to get
Huh.
there.
Was it 82?
So
I think I forget.
it depends on the character. Some are 81, some are 82, some
Yeah.
are 83. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
So Rolo is 80, Newt Gunray is 80, Kylo Ren, OG Kylo Ren is 80, Jawa Engineer. Why the fuck is Jawa Engineer 80? So is HK 47.
A lot of those
Spy.
are currency farms. They were 4-star unlocks out the rip. They were like
Yeah.
they were characters that started the game.
So yeah,
They're just
80 for
doing
yours,
currency
thank
there you
farms.
go. There are some 80s. There are some 80s. Yeah, I have 1,211 mod energy right now.
Rookie numbers. Rookie
Yeah,
And
but
thank you,
numbers.
Kabuto.
Yeah,
80, yes. Sorry, one.
Yeah, no, that's literally what I was saying.
All right.
It's a fun time. It's a fun time.
All right. So rest of this update.
Rest of this update, getting back over to it, this is actually huge. The changes to the Galactic Challenge feats is exactly what the community has been asking for, basically. I mean, no, I guarantee you there's still going to be people that are going to be bitching about the fact that there are some feats that are tied to whaling. But
Yes.
you can now there are now feats available for just completing the GC with any faction, any team, just complete it. That feat is back, which is great. They've also still got faction feat, and they've still got the, do something funny, which is like remove 400% turn meter, or, I don't know, like sing the Star Spangled Banner whilst standing on your...
Or like, well, the current one, which was, beat it with an undersized team.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Inflict
And then
30 dots. Inflict
Yeah.
30 thermal detonators.
all of that sort of nonsense.
Win with
And
the
they-
light side and dark
Yeah.
side.
They've also got the, the new marquee feat, which is have a 7-star new marquee.
Right.
and the win with the episode pass.
That one's not going away.
No, and it, the thing is, you don't need to do those feats to max out your track, and I think that's the part that people were getting hung up on. Is they like the idea that they can go into a galactic challenge and just get every feat done.
Yeah, I'm gonna be straight up. It feels a little bit weird for that to be the place for them to just say have your 7-star character. Like it just they could have it literally anywhere, and you just complete a battle with a 7-star Hu Yang. It doesn't need to be in the actual.
Well, they could have done that in the the episode.
Yeah, the
feats.
episode pass or something. The episode fees and everything.
Because those feats there have got you have to have bought the pass. They're like 3 feats a week. They could
it just seems redundant.
But,
it just feels redundant. Like you're already getting this here 7 stars. Why are you making this a galactic challenge feat on top of that? Like I don't know.
It's just extra reward. Like that's all. It's being rewarded for the investment early. That's all they're doing. You get a little extra.
It just feels like a redundant and sort of weird to have it in that place also. As opposed to they could just have it anywhere.
Well, because
it doesn't need to be in galactic
finishing
challenges.
those gives you more currency at the end of the day for the episode pass. So you're getting additional rewards for having invested in the character early. So it tracks to me that they would give it to you because you're getting more.
No, I get that. I just mean in the Galactic Challenge itself, because they're taking away people have their fun feats that they want to play with and figure out how to do the whole challenge and whatnot.
Because you get 2 weeks of benefit out of it.
No, right? Seems like there's a disconnect, but yeah, all right, cool.
I don't really mind those feats. I'll be honest, I don't mind them, but I know that I also don't think people should lose their shit over them either. It's like,
I think, honest to God, though, the problem was just the optics.
Yeah.
It was just the optics. That was the problem. Is that when you took 50% of the feats and made that locked behind a paywall, it looks bad. They were still getting everything they would have gotten free to play as they were getting previously.
Did all those numbers myself, and absolutely.
It's looks bad, feels bad. That's all people got caught up on, and none of the actual math behind it. So they are adding some of these things back that makes it feel better, because now you're feeling like you're doing more. You're not gated as much behind, which it's a good improvement overall that they're making on.
Sorry, there was very apt commentary. I was just thinking about that in the greater sense. But anyways, go on. People just getting angry about things without knowing the reality of the fucking situations and everything. That's seems to be our thing. We are quite good at that.
I think overall this is super, super positive changes to Galactic Challenges, because now people are it's much more accessible to everybody. So even though ultimately you're not going to be progressing any faster than you would have normally, it's like you said, it's the optics and it's the way it makes you feel when you go into a Galactic Challenge. Before, people would look at it and just be like, fuck, I don't have the faction, I can't do the feat, I'm just ignoring this. And they just wouldn't do Galactic Challenges. And now they know they've got to go in and they can do the actual thing with any team that they want. And
but when half of the feats are the pay-to-win feats,
the funny part
to me are shit.
The funny part to me on this is that you have so many people that are absolutely floored that we have this level of detailed feedback on a newly implemented system in the game within the first 30 days of it being live. And then, or not even 30 days. I mean, this is within the first 3 weeks. And then you still have people that are who are looking over but you still haven't fixed all these stupid bugs. Just guys, take wins where you can. Take them where you can.
I had that on Friday night. I was saying, this is really good. And people were like, yeah, but Fleet. I was like, no, fucking shut up about Fleet. We're talking about the good shit, not the bad shit. The bad shit's still bad, but can we at least just appreciate this for just a minute? Let me like the game, damn it. I want to enjoy myself.
Nope. You're not allowed.
Nope, not allowed to have a good time here. How dare you think you can enjoy a game?
Fleet meta, in at least inside of GAC, it's tolerable with what it is right now, but it's definitely one of those things where it's I find it obnoxious on banner efficiency for it to be well, I'm going to use Profundity versus Leviathan and get a 65 or lower. So this is awful, but it's not as bad as we had initially thought it was going to be with the ease of countering, but it's definitely just not as clean as people are used to. Again, it's an optics thing. Nobody loves throwing away 30 banners on fleet. So I understand that to a degree, but I think it'll be all right until they give us more fleet. But I mean, at this junction, I'm still looking like,
who knows when that's going to happen? We need ships to get new fleets.
We got 2 ships in 2024. We need a lot of ships to come back in 2025 to make this work. So
can't come soon enough. I'm
have hopes,
wanting the new fleet meta to arrive.
Yeah, I honestly am so done with the Leviathan meta. They did do exactly what they promised. It was the king of fleet, still is.
Yep.
But I am to the point now where I'm just like, I could go for anything different right about now. I don't care what faction you choose. Just give me a fleet.
To be fair, let's get over the GL Ahsoka hump first, and then we can focus on a new fleet. Because I don't have 25,000 crystals. Okay.
I feel so bad because, honest to God, she's just a character where like I want her because she's going to be good, but that's the only reason I want her. Like I could have cared less about her showing up to the game.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Like it does not have any strong like, oh my God, I'm really excited that she's in the game. It's just like I would have been way more excited about some other different types of factions or whatever else, but it is what we get.
Which is fair. Yeah. That's fair.
But I am waiting for Ahsoka to come to the game and be unlocked, and then I will take the entire Spectre faction to Relic 9 at the same time.
Oh, you haven't done it already? I could have sworn, Carl.
There's been no point to do it
Fair
preemptively.
enough.
Like the team, the Hera team is funny, but it's a one-trick pony. If you don't absolutely dominate out in the opening salvo with that speed boost, it's like a low-budget Phoenix team after that. That's all you got left.
Oh God, that's not ideal.
Like, no, it's not. So it's one of those things where it's.
I'm to be fair, I'm not even entertaining the idea of using Spectre until GL.
I guess it's the one thing I do forget about the Scythe not working because I straight up forget about the Empire faction functioning right now.
Oh yeah, it does not work. It like any Empire fleet.
The funny part to me though is I am surprised that CG hasn't at least just gone back and reverted the change just so that they can make it work. Like
the thing is, unless they fix it with the release of GL Ahsoka Tano, we know that's staying until like February at the very latest.
So the next episode update in mid-January.
Yeah,
but it's a guarantee, and that's like I guess that's the one I keep forgetting about because I just straight up forget about Empire. They're not part of what I use to counter anymore, so that they don't do anything.
Yeah,
and the Scythe does not need to have the taunt up to use it against resistance, so it's like it doesn't really change the outcome of that fight. But yeah, I do forget about the Scythe being completely dead in the water because of that stupid bug.
Yeah, it's really frustrating because that's like it's taken a fleet that is fun and cool and useful and made it completely worthless. Well, not completely.
Well,
but
the
like
fact that
70% worthless.
Yeah, you would have a very solid profundity counter if the mark was still present, and now you don't have that at all. But that would be the thing, is that literally you could off meta the majority of all the meta fleet still. It just doesn't always end pretty depending on your relic investment. But
so just have all of the relics.
Just have everything. Just
R9
everything.
All your pilots.
R9 and all.
Yep.
R9 all your pilots. You're good.
R9 all your mods.
Any problems.
R9 all your datacrons.
Oh yeah. Relic 9 those datacrons. 100%.
Yep.
You better.
And the ships as well. And your pilotless ships. Get them R9 too.
Oh yes. Relic 9 pilotless ships.
Yeah,
Relic 9 R2. I mean, he works on the ships. Might as well.
Yep. And that'll make it all work.
I'm sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I realize the mid game players have the Empire counter. I use Negotiator to beat in the Executor. I use Profundity to beat the Leviathan, and then I use because it's almost everyone's that's malevolence. I use resistance to beat malevolence, so it's like I don't even have a counter that would
I
use
use that quite a lot, actually.
Empire frequently. So it's like I just forget about it ever existing because I have everything, so I don't have to worry about it nearly as much. But yeah, I understand that players in the middle of the round were like, Empire fleet was so strong, and now it's just absolutely awful. Honest to God though, for how bad that bug is, I am just surprised they did not go back and revert it.
Yeah.
Like, just let the Chimera get the ability to pick up marked. Who gives a care anymore? Like, was it really doing anything versus the executor? Not really.
It was more about beating the Leviathan, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they killed that anyways with the with the dagger changes. So
yeah, they were just like, fuck you.
They just doubled down on it is all they did. So yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't just go back and revert it just to make players satiated until they have a permanent fix.
Yeah.
That's all I've got on that.
And that's all I got to say about that. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting world we live in. So going back to this episode change. How long have we been working on this now? An hour and 45 minutes.
Episode changes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
I mean,
the
rest of it is
yeah, I mean, we're basically there. Yeah. But there is something that I do want to talk about afterwards. But they basically rearranged the episode points. So basically, all the free shit are worth less episode points, and all the paid shit are worth more episode points. But it doesn't matter. That's just them balancing out the equation. They're like, we're giving you stuff, and we're going to get it back to neutral because you'll feel better about doing it. So that's all very well and good. There is something that they talk about with episode 2 is not having any marquees. We've already touched on this already here. No marquees after Hera comes out. Nothing until the new Bad Batch stuff in mid-Jan. So that means that we're going to have GCs that aren't going to need 7-star marquees. Now, they could have just left it with have a 7-star General, Hera Syndulla. But what they've done instead is they've added additional feats in with that lower tier instead. So it's going to be more accessible feats, basically, for people.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's good.
Enjoy the holidays, bitches.
Now, this last change
is holiday season.
One of this last change that they've got here is one of the things that kind of, for me, is just like, what? So, a big part of the value of the episode pass is that you get 20 shards of brand new marquee characters, right? You get 20 shards of Hu Yang and General Syndulla for $20. Fucking great, right? But, obviously, no new marquees coming. So the next episode pass, which is going live in a week's time or a week and a half, instead of having new marquee shards, it's giving you 20 shards of Night Trooper, Death Trooper Peridia, and Captain Enoch. And I'm like, that has zero value to me. Like, that $20 pass now is just like, it's shard currency. I mean, there are other things in the past that still make it very worthwhile. Yeah, but
let's be real.
It's not
that
like,
change out specifically though. Like 20 shards of a new character that you're still farming during the marquee. Not even close comparison versus 60 shards with the fucking shard shop currency. Like, holy.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
That's like insane.
And I also understand that this is a me problem and it's a you problem, Wolfie, and it's a Carth problem, technically speaking. This is great for people that haven't done anything with those characters, but even then, all of those characters are now free to play farmable. So 20 shards of those characters ain't worth nearly as much. It's like, for me, it's like,
where do they say they put Enoch in there?
In the first line. For this episode, the episode pass will have 20 shards each of Night Trooper, Death Trooper, Peridia, and Captain Enoch. It's right at the end of the post.
Right there.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, further. Genuinely, for me, if they'd have removed that and they'd said, we're giving you, we're giving you, like 30 each of every signal data 3 times, I'd be like, yeah, okay, great. I'll take that. I'll take that over shard shop currency. But CG just never want to give us signal data. They never want to.
They really don't. Watch it be the new mercenary assault battle, and it has like 100 of each, but you need R9s.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have R9s. So it's like, for me personally, or anybody that wailed on these characters already, like that $20 has dropped it in value. Yeah, it's not a bad deal.
Yeah, not enough to care though. Like what you get out of that pass is well beyond worth $20 shards out,
Oh yeah.
notwithstanding. Like
Yes. No, I
it is
agree.
still
I
good
agree.
value
Yeah.
for the people. It's just I understand the small complaint about that, but
I mean, you get it's like
it's
that.
not going to
Those
bother me.
that $20 gives you 8 Omicrons on its own, I believe, from the
It gets you
the pass.
five droid brains too,
And
that's
go to keypads and like 150 Kyrotech, and like there's a lot
Yeah.
in there that's good. It's just for me, it's like I was getting something that I found it like
Oh
the
my
$20
God.
is like $20 for 20 shards of 2 brand new marquees that I definitely need
yeah,
and can't farm for 2
that
months
was-
is like that's like $20 is worth that alone. The rest of the pass was juicy, and now they've taken away like the big seller, and I'm just left with the juicy extras that are still really good. So it's like, oh, I just wish there was something more for a whale that's
Yeah.
spent. But
yeah,
hey,
I could.
it's still good for a lot of other people.
You couldn't get me to care about
Hmm?
it going away.
No,
It's
I'm sure it
it's
can.
such a minuscule change in what you're getting in a big picture. At least they're giving you something for
Shell chip
it.
currency.
I mean, it's something. It's better than just taking away shards and getting nothing. But I mean, again, it's
Yeah, they couldn't get away with that.
they were it was a apparent problem at the very beginning when they announced this that I think just got overlooked. Is that when they said is that we every episode will launch with a new marquee, and then we'll do two marquees an episode the majority of the time, but there will be times where we don't. And then every holiday episode, which is basically going to be the one that happens in December, will not have any marquees. It's like, okay, so we knew this was going to be a problem at some point, that we would just assume that we either get nothing or they maybe give us something else as a response.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
At that point, I just can't be fussed. It's like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's still very much worth it. It's just for me, it's like, oh, it's just I wanted something. I wanted something really
it's like
nice.
someone's removed the whipped cream from your pumpkin pie. Like that's the equivalent of what you still have pumpkin pie. It's just not as good as it could have been.
I mean, for me, you'd have to change it to something I enjoy eating. So it would be like banoffee pie.
Like pumpkin pie? Oh
no,
my
I don't like
God.
pumpkin in general. But if it was banoffee pie and somebody took the whipped cream off my banoffee pie, I'd be like, this is still delicious banoffee pie.
I don't even
But
know
there's no
what
whipped cream.
banoffee pie is.
You don't know what banoffee pie is?
Not a single idea of what that. Besides the fact that it's probably a pie.
I'm still
Yeah,
judging him for
it's-
not liking pumpkins, but go on.
It's banana and toffee, banoffee.
Oh,
So it's kind of like a cheesecake-esque thing, but it's made with, like, I mean, toffee to us is like almost like a caramel, like a caramel and banana, kind of like a cheesecake caramel and banana thing with whipped cream. Banoffee's amazing. Have some fucking banoffee pie. It's delicious. Google it. But yeah, no, I'm not a big pumpkin guy. It doesn't ginger as well. Gingerbread, no.
It depends on who makes the pumpkin pie too, because I'm very particular about the pumpkin pie I like.
Yeah, you like sweet potato pie? The fuck? You make a pie out? How do you make a pie out of sweet potato?
Add tons of sugar.
Probably the same way you make it out of pumpkin.
But I mean,
I mean,
pumpkin's kind of sweet anyway. I mean, it's sweet potato.
so is sweet potato.
Is it a dessert or is it like a pie that's like a savory pie? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
Honest to
Could
God.
be both.
Sweet
Honest to
potato is
God,
incredible.
no.
Sweet
No,
potato is delicious. See, Rapara Stew knows banoffee pie is goated. Banoffee pie is fucking amazing.
So Scribe, the key takeaway here is are you going to be sober enough on Friday
No.
to do an Ahsoka kit reveal?
Oh. No. I mean, I had to think for a minute there, but no.
Yeah. Honestly, I think they'll do the kit reveal on Monday.
This
when
Monday?
the update. No.
I was going to say.
The following Monday.
No chance do we get it on Monday.
When the Monday before the update is when I would assume it would come, because I think they're going to try to keep that a little bit more under lock and key.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, I don't know what if they did it on a Friday and then it's just like, okay, we're announcing her on Friday, but her event doesn't start until the following Wednesday. I don't know. In my head, that would just be odd. But
GLs, they usually announce they usually give the kit like
The day before.
or day
Yeah.
before. Yeah, it's
well,
usually
she's
like right the
she's
fuck
like
there.
99% sure gonna be a part of the next update, right? So it's like we know that she will be in game with the update that
Well,
starts episode
she's coming in
2.
episode 2 at some point. That's all we know. So,
Well, we know it's gonna be early because it's not gonna be after.
well,
New
they're going on
Year's.
holiday for one. So
Yeah, they literally go on holiday the next week, so it's got to be that week. But I would expect the update on the 16th, which is a Monday, and then I would expect the kit reveal to come out there, and then the update on the 17th, and then it goes
well,
live.
if the update is on the
Wednesday.
Monday, then presumably that's going to put her.
No,
kit in the game.
sorry, the kit on Monday, update Tuesday, because
All right, okay.
we know Tuesday is the update. That's when the new episode starts. So.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a funny world. I can't wait. I can't wait to be too drunk to do the kit reveal.
But
If it does drop on a Friday.
there is an off
Nothing's
chance
gonna
that they do it on a
happen,
Friday. Friday has been kind of the
Well, I mean,
the
They've
new
been
trend.
doing it a
GLs,
lot
though.
recently because I know I've been inordinately drunk several times on a Friday night, and Meathead has posted big stuff, and I've been like,
Well,
Really?
let's talk about it, fuck it, and then play GAC.
That's because of the new trend, though. Like how with all the episode stuff, it changes when things get released, so they're
Yeah.
doing things sooner.
Yeah,
The
the new
updates are now on
cadence.
Tuesday instead of Thursdays, and so they're just doing kit reveals on Fridays instead. So there's a chance we get it on Friday, but I would say it'd be the day before it goes into the game.
Fair.
That's been kind of their MO with the past GLs.
Yeah. I mean, there was a time where we got them early, but the last 3 GLs have all been like right before, because we've all been like the build up to the hype to the new GL coming out has been pretty big, and then you're like, where the fuck's the kit? And then they'll be like, the kit drops tomorrow. And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how GL Leia was too, though. She
Yeah.
was like,
They're and Jabba
all
as
right,
well.
yeah, they're in the game. Go, here's a kit. They go into the game like tomorrow with the update. You're like, oh, cool, great, thanks.
Yep. Yeah, that's how I always do for the GLs. I don't know why. Like, just for some reason, we always get it's like right frickin' before.
Yeah.
Just the way they've always done it, as it were.
So we ready to do some exciting Tribe Talks questions from the Discord?
I need to go to the little boys' room. You can start if you like, though.
Oh, the little boys' room.
Yeah, little boys' room. Come on,
All
Indy.
right. We have a question from Bobby Buckets, who asks, do we think that the Lightspeed bundles are a way of foreshadowing what's to come and next in the term of raids, events, or Datacron? Wolfie?
They generally have been, like Lightspeed bundles and stuff. They'll like bring stuff out, which are, ends up being good, ends up being useful, for new characters coming, new kits coming, whatnot. We got the Night Sister Lightspeed bundle right before they started bringing all the Great Mothers stuff. They definitely like helping out with some of those, some of those Lightspeed bundles and everything. I think some of it is literally just, hey, it's been long enough, like the Jabba bundle. They're just gonna eventually. We got around to the time where it's been long enough they can do a bundle for the for that GL, and they eventually it's been long enough they can do the other ones around over there. But yeah, definitely some of the new ones are absolutely indicative of what's to come.
Yeah, well, I think
just, what's going right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are they're either catch-ups for new releases, like when they did Great Mothers, they brought out the Night Sister Lightspeed bundle to catch people up on Night Sisters that nobody really had invested in or had a need to invest in for the longest time. Same thing with Phoenix and Captain Rex and things of that nature. They kind of started bringing things out to kind of help everyone get on boarded quickly with what was going on. But I think right now what we're getting through is just more indicative of releasing they're releasing Lightspeed bundles that correlate with how long it's been since a character or faction's been in the game. Because I feel like the Hut Cartel one is like, all right, Jabba's 2 years old now, or 3 years old. 3 years old now. No, two. Leia was a year ago. Jabba was the year before that. So Jabba's just over 2 years old now, and so I think they're just like getting to the point where just getting people caught up on content with that. So I think that's
what I miss.
a swing of what Lightspeed bundles are aimed towards, is just getting people caught up. They're not always going to be a foreshadowing of what's coming or being anything useful for the new raids. I think it's just trying to get some people caught up on old characters, and they just happen, and parts of them happen to coincide. I mean, like the Lumi bundle.
The Lumi bundle,
did
yeah,
help
100%.
help with the raid. The Cam bundle came for the raid.
Yeah. That was great.
But those came after the raid already went live, right? Or just before?
I think it was just before.
It was just before, because I remember people complained that they didn't buy it because the raid came out afterwards, and they're like, "God damn! I wish I'd have bought that bundle." Even we knew we knew they were required for the raid because we had the selection of characters, but nobody knew how good they were going to be or how necessary.
Yeah.
So I remember people complaining, saying, "God, they need to bring that bundle back out because I wish I'd have bought it."
So they've done some of that stuff as indicative, but I don't think that's I think those are case by case releases of Lightspeed bundles, and it's not the status quo, because almost everything before that didn't really have much correlating with its release. They just decided to start dumping them out the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that some of them are going to be, but we usually know what they're for when they're released. It's not like it's not foreshadowing. It's like, we got the Night Sister one after they're like, Great Mothers and Morgan Elspeth, they're going to take all these useless Night Sisters and make them functional. By the way, here is a Lightspeed bundle for these useless Night Sisters that you don't have any gear on.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of.
I'll take those Jawas and those Tuscans. Thank you, Garth. God damn. Like those high value packs right there.
Hey, I bought the Jawa bundle because why the fuck not?
I was going to on Friday. I was going to, but somebody beat me to the punch.
I did,
as it were.
I don't feel bad about that at all, though.
I'm very grateful.
No. See, my objective is to get you R9 Tuscans, and this got me most of the way there with very little actual outflow for myself.
There is that, yeah. That was huge value because, sorry, Bobby, love you, buddy, but my Tuscan Warrior was still 3-star. So I was like, fucking sold.
Yeah, I mean, that was huge on that one. Chieftain getting to relics, because you have the two other ones. There are two at relics as for requirements.
Yeah.
One for Java, one for
Raider. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were 4 and 5, I think.
Yeah. So it was, everything else was a good boost. Though.
Yeah,
now you have a
huge
functional team that actually beats certain mechanics and more things to put mods on. But yeah, overall, I think Lightspeed bundles are not really a foreshadowing. Usually we know why certain ones correlate with what's being released. And then everything else is just like, well, characters are over 2+ years old now. So now we're just going to give you ways to catch up on it.
Yeah. Because there's usually some that's like, let's help you get a GL. And then there's some that's like, let's help you get a legendary. And there's some that's just like, this is a shit faction that nobody wants. Here you go.
Yeah.
Let's make some money out of you.
Well, I think those are just to get people that like have no investment into that. Like the Jawa one was definitely one of that. Tuscan was another one too, where it's like 90% of accounts probably don't have anything invested beyond what's required for GLs. And so it's like, all right, well, we're going to make $25 today through like everyone who's inclined to spend, which is probably about 40% of the player base. So it's like, all right.
Well, the thing is they priced those very well as well, right?
Yeah.
Because they were like, what was it? $10 and 15 or something like
10
that?
for Jawas, 15 for
10
Tuscans,
for Jawas,
20 for Smugglers, 25 for Java, 50 for Afra.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the Afra one was a hard
expensive.
sell. Like, I think it, if you look at it in base terms of value, in terms of how much would it cost to actually get these characters to Relic 5, then it's actually not that bad. But when you think about it's for Afra, and you're like, do I really want to spend $50 for Afra?
It's basically $10 a character to get them to Relic 5.
No, there's only 4, isn't there?
Outside of Afra. You get Afra as a net result, right? But it's just, you don't get hurt Relic 5. Yeah, I know it's a little bit more than that. But the way I look at it is that her marquees had some pretty steep Cairo requirements. So I think there's a lot behind that kind of makes the value of it a little bit better, because you're not spending 400 Cairo for each one of those characters to get them to relics. So I feel like that's kind of
killer.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Right?
kind of where the value sneaks in on those. Starkiller was the same price, yeah, $50 for the 4.
Yeah.
Well, but Starkiller was 5, wasn't it? Kyle, Dash,
Yeah.
Mara Jade, Talon. Was there one more, or was it just the
It was
4?
just 4.
Just the 4. Yeah.
Kyle,
That was just the 4.
Dash, Mara Jade, Talon. I swear there was
I think
another
it
one.
was just. I think it was just the 4.
Was
I think
it
it's
just
the
4?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Can
Well, there we
always
go.
just do. The
Yeah, we
fun
can check the
part.
journey guide real quick, but
Okay, hang
I think
on.
it was
Yeah,
just
let me
the 4
check.
of them.
Yeah, it is just the 4 of them. Yeah,
Just the
yeah,
4
just
of
the 4. Yeah, Kyle, Dash, Talon, and Mara Jade. Yeah.
But yeah, there's still a lot of value in those in particular, just because the fact that they're Cairo heavy, and so it's not like as bad as it comes across. It's just when you compare it to, getting 9 Night Sisters to Relic 3 for $15, and then you're getting 4 characters to Relic 5 for $50. Yeah, the apples to apples optics on it doesn't look great, but that's
Yeah.
there are a lot of people who are hopeful that there is a Grand Inquisitor Lightspeed bundle this Christmas.
They keep on hoping for it, don't they?
That's his 2-year mark. He will be in the game for longer than 2 years now.
If
People are hopeful.
it's just we just need to temper expectations. If they bring him out, which is fine, they will. It just won't have Marok. It's obviously not going to have Reaver. It'll just be the base ones, and it'll probably be $50. Like
it probably will.
Like,
but
I can't
in
see them
fairness,
selling it for any less.
that's not that bad of a deal, because there's a lot of those Inquisitors not even that. There's a lot of those Inquisitors that have Amis on their level 8 for their Zetas.
Oh,
Zeta
so you get the
abilities.
Zetas on them.
So you get the Zetas for free. So I was like, it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not
That's
terrible.
Good. Yeah, sounds good to me.
And you get a assault battle team.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know.
I mean, you kind of still want to have like GI and Reaver for that team.
Oh yeah.
'cause
Well,
That's
to
a
get the
horrible-
last year,
Sucks.
it's a
the last
horrible
year,
assault battle.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
last year
Marok,
sucks.
Marok made it a lot easier too to do.
Oh, did he? I've not.
final
Well,
tier.
it's been 3-starred for ages.
Yeah, I
so.
never tried
I
it.
finally bothered on my alt to get the final one 3-starred. I hadn't done it yet because the relics past like the 4 good ones wasn't great. So
Yeah.
and I just had no reason to keep investing into Inquisitors on the account. So, anyways, we can pivot to the next one here. The next question we got in Tribe Talks questions there, Scribe.
Oh,
What do
sorry.
we get?
What we got? Yeah, I was not concentrating at all. So Rover Wine is saying, what are your best guesses on Skeleton Crew outcome? Is the character played by Jude Law good or bad? Is he Jedi Sith? Well, I mean, one, we don't want to do any sort of spoilers.
Yeah.
2, it's very much speculation at this point. Is he Jedi Sith or just someone with force powers completely tricking everyone? Are we going to see a character based on the Visions series? Which characters would you love to see coming to SWGoH from the Vision? I've not watched Visions actually, so I can't really comment on Visions.
Say if they haven't bothered to go down that road yet, I doubt they will.
But we are
I
getting a
highly
new
doubt they
season
do
of
the
Visions, right?
The Visions ones were pretty fun. They're just
Were
like
they?
they were like the reinterpretations, like different artistic interpretations of the Star
Yeah.
Wars sort of thing. So it was
Okay.
like it was mostly anime.
Yeah, it's mostly anime.
Kind of
It's
stuff.
I mean,
just different.
that sounds good
It's
to me.
different.
I'm
It's
sold.
different studios taking a kind of the gist of a story and
Yeah.
reimagining it.
Yeah.
Obviously, none of it's
I-
canon.
Yeah, I can't say
Oh,
any
is it
of
not
that.
canon?
No.
Oh no! It's just like, hey, we created a story. Like one of them was set in like it was sort of like based in what looked like a feudal Japan sort of
Yeah.
thing. And as the samurai is going around and like pulls out his red lightsaber katana, it's like, whoa, fuck yeah!
It's cool. It's just they're just different studios given the opportunity to create something that is a blend of what they do and Star Wars. So
Mhm. Okay.
I don't think we would ever see anything from Vision show up in the game. Just because it's not canon, and they've been a little gun shy about doing stuff outside of canon.
Yeah.
Just because Disney owns it. As for the Star Wars skeleton stuff, my inclination is just based on the first episode that he's going to be like one of those things from that we got in like the KOTOR 2 series, if anyone wants to think back that far, where like the Jedi had to go underground and then like create new identities to hide themselves from certain things. And so that's where my head goes.
I'm very nervous about answering this question because I don't think I can give this question a proper answer without giving spoilers. So I don't want to, because there are cues within the episode that will link into or give rise to some questions, and I don't want to answer that here because it's too early, in my opinion, since the episodes have come out. It's been less than a week, so I don't really want to talk about it.
The thing is that Rover, restate this question in a month.
Yeah, restate it in a month. We can come back to it. You know, I'm fine with that. But yeah, all I'm saying so far is that
it's very interesting. But yeah, absolutely,
100%.
I want to keep it spoiler free.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin anybody's time. I want people to have the time to watch it themselves.
I want to ruin all the time, okay?
And
I want people to be
honestly, like based on the first two episodes, like there's not screen time there for us to really make a proper informed decision. But there are some, like I said, there are some visual cues. So I don't want to
there's just enough that gives it away, at least in my head, where they're leaning. But that's about all I can say about that.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the next question, but good question, Rover. So Launa comes in with a 3-part question of why you think CG opted to skip doing a C Lightspeed bundle for Jabba. What do you think will be the next set of Lightspeed bundles? Okay, sorry. So the first question is, why do we think CG decided to skip C for Lightspeed bundles and instead go for Jabba?
Because they watch people's streams and they watch Scribe do roster reviews, and Scribe tells everyone to get Jabba and doesn't tell anyone to get C. So they're like, aha! If we do a Jabba Lightspeed bundle, everyone will buy it. Thank you, Scribble.
Yeah, and by the way, if you don't have Jabba just yet, get Jabba.
Yeah. The short answer is
Did I nail it?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Jabba. The short answer to that question is that Jabba has a far more impactful role to play on the rest of the game, more so than C does. He has the Smuggler's Run 2 that requires him for it, and he has all of these special missions inside of TB that requires him specifically for it. So that's why it got prioritized out the gate. But also for C, it's just like C's not been a hard one to farm ever. It's always been
he's pretty easy. He's pretty easy to get.
To do. They might come back and do it at some point, but it is interesting that they did do something for JML, but nothing for C. But we don't know. There is a chance they give us more at Christmas. I can almost say with a high degree of certainty that a lot of Lightspeed bundles.
Sithmas?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident a lot of those Lightspeed bundles are going to return over the Christmas New Year's window.
All of them come back. Every single Lightspeed bundle.
That has been CG's MO to do limited bundle releases over 48 hours, and then they have like 14 days of just like every day is a new bundle. Every bundle lasts for 2 days, and then they just go through the last like 2 weeks of the year with pumping out packs. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lightspeed bundles were their way of doing that this year, because there's so many of them. But I think that would be if they do something additional around Christmas, it would probably be for like maybe Inquisitors or C or something like that.
Side note, the Jabba bundle itself was brilliant value. Like, what was it, 23 or 24 bucks or something?
$25.
$25.
The like half of his requirements.
Yeah. I was like,
pretty good.
I was like, damn.
That's
some good stuff.
The one that
I can still buy it.
It kills me every time. Well, because your Mob Enforcer and Gamorrean Guard are only R3.
Relic 3. Yeah, they're staying there.
Required to R5.
Well, my Gandalf Guard, I think it's Relic 5, but my Mob Enforcer is definitely Relic 5.
The funny part is I saw so many Reddit posts and everyone's like, Jabba Lightspeed bundle, that's a blatant lie. And they go and show that it requires Jedi Knight Luke.
Jesus Christ.
Just like, it wasn't going to give you immediate access to Jabba. It specifically said it's going to help you on the way.
Luke.
Yeah, no, I just found it funny. It's like
Are you
People always
actually
find
that
a reason
dense?
to complain about. Yes,
So,
they are.
well, people were like, I also expect to have Rolo and Stormtrooper Han and Wampa and Hermit Yoda and C3. It's like, fucking on, guys. Come on. Yes, take the win. Take the win. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
For
like
25
people,
bucks,
like,
getting all that was huge.
well, you're getting what, 7 out of his 15 requirements.
That's
Yeah,
not
it's
bad.
Half of the requirements at good relic levels is just, that's just good business.
Yeah, so I just get a good laugh out of it because it's like you will always find somebody who complains about everything.
Yeah.
So I like to just take my cup and drink the salty tears of those that complain.
Well, this is also why I had to sometimes laugh a little bit when people were like, the episode pass should have been $10. I'm like, $10? 10 for everything you get in the episode pass?
For $10, man. Oh my god.
It's like, now
I think
if
people
they
were
did,
just like wanting it to be the same price as the Conquest Pass, the
if
base value of the
they
Conquest Pass.
if they did a separate episode pass that was like didn't have as much stuff but gave you access to all the extra feats for $10, like a episode pass light or whatever, you know, maybe I could see $10, but $10 for the current episode pass is just like, that's ridiculous,
Now,
guys.
the
That's
thing
crazy.
is,
I
though,
think the upgraded pass is kind of bullshit right now too.
I
It
agree.
just gives you like the extra bonus. I think if
Yeah.
they actually had
I
you know,
mean,
did a better
again,
tier for that.
if what it needs to do outright is just, besides giving you the level skips, because that fine, whatever, you finish this faster. It needs to give its own rewards. It needs to give you something that you just get for buying it. That's not the first 20 levels of the episode pass. It needs to be separate to have the
what's
value.
the level skip actually gets you? You're spending more time at this final bonus reward box, just reclaiming the same thing over and over and over again.
But here's the
for store currency for stuff where you're just buying crap and whatnot, as opposed to like you said.
But here's
there's
the kicker.
an actual incentive for getting this.
The kicker is that the Pass Plus gives you the first 20 levels of rewards when you purchase it, but it only gives you 10 levels of skipping. So you still have to go through 10 levels of getting no reward.
Oh, really? That's a really weird feeling.
It's so stupid. Dumb. Like, I don't really understand why you would give all the like, if it was a double dip, like, we're giving you the first level 20 rewards in addition to claiming the first level 20 rewards.
Give you the rewards, and then you can still earn them again. That would be cool.
It's just I just don't understand the sales pitch on that, because it's like, no, like, why would I bother? Like, I can just
I don't want
I can just finish this in an additional week. Like, the Pass Plus right now, basically you spend $10 extra to finish the episode pass 4 days before the people who buy the base pass, and then 2 weeks before the people who do it free to play. Like, big that's all you're doing. That's a
big swing and a miss.
Yeah, it
must appeal to some people, because
that's the
somebody
thing.
Must have bought it, but it's just not me.
Pass, and the Conquest Pass at least gives you like 50 of each Cairo when you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that right there. There's $20 in value, crystal converted value, to the buying that Conquest Plus pass. Now you get the additional feats you don't have to do. You should get the additional stuff that comes with that. But there is immediate value to spending the extra money. Now, it's not great value. It's a lot. You got to spend a lot of extra money for basically netting even, comparatively to just buying the base pass. But that being said, the episode pass does not have that. There is no reason besides, unless they literally add so much stuff to the store that the only way you can reasonably get enough of that currency is to be heading that repeatable
hit the end box like 10 times across 28 days.
Yeah. Well, not even 10 times. Like, I've hit it. I mean, when Hera came out, I've hit that end.
I've hit it multiple times.
Oh, yeah?
Like dozens of times.
Since Hera came out, I've been hitting it daily.
Wrist is stiff. Fingers
have you seen those thighs?
Crazy, yes.
carpal tunnels has been a problem. I've been going through a lot of aspirin the last week and a half. I'll tell you that.
Anti-inflammatories
aspirin
are
is
a
right.
must.
Yes.
Oh,
We have
we're
been
all
fighting the
depraved.
good fight.
Anyways,
Anywho,
All right, there's more parts to this question. We should probably
there
get to
are
at some
more
point.
parts. What do we think
All right,
is
this
going to
is
be
a
the
9-part
next
question.
Lightspeed set? C Inquisitors, Lord Vader / Bad Batch, or JMK? I
maybe
mean,
one of those.
I want to lean
Sure.
into Leia personally. We already got Princess Nisa and Princess Scribbles. Leia, yeah, that one.
Yeah, I could see that one being the highest likelihood as well, just because the fact that she has stuff that she's required for. She has her own event. And
Yeah, so we've got the Princesses one, so we just need something that's going to give us Scout and Drogon, and
hey, there you go.
sure,
That'll get
everybody
you
else's.
most of the way through your Emperor. They'll do one that for C that gives you most of the Empire stuff you needed for Leia.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
They'll just do what they've done with Jabba. Is you could technically have Jabba for free if you bought the Ewok pack for C-3PO and the Bounty Hunter pack for
You like piece it together.
Chewbacca,
Yeah.
and then you bought the Jabba one for himself, and then you bought the Smuggler pack for the Outrider 7 stars. You bought the All Hands on Deck for Han. All you got to do at that point is all you gotta do at that point.
You can have it for free, and then says you can buy all of these. If you buy all these things, you can have it for free.
Yeah, exactly. If you bought all the packs, you would coincidentally have Jabba by now.
That just makes complete sense to me. That makes complete sense to me.
The fun part of that, yeah, it's just compounding on how it all came out. Is basically they have given away every single Jabba requirement outside of a Lightspeed bundle for Jedi Knight Luke. So
Yeah.
I mean, if they give you that, then basically Jabba is purchasable for like $150.
Set.
For free.
Yeah,
For free.
If you buy the 5
If you buy the
necessary
stuff,
Lightspeed
you get it
bundles-
for free.
Yeah, exactly. Well, essentially, you do, right? You buy all the stuff, and then you just coincidentally happen to get Jabba as an net result. It's for free. You guys got to understand that I need this sales pitch to land, because this is how I explain shit to my wife.
Look, man, if I just buy stuff, I get stuff. This is like Mrs. Scribbles when we go shopping and like, look, we got 20% off. I was like, no, we spent 100% more money than if we didn't come in the store in the first place.
Look at all this money
I
we
shit
saved.
you not.
No. We saved money.
So, no, get this. Next Sunday, I have got my family coming around for Sunday dinner at Christmas time. Obviously, it's not Christmas time because it's like the 15th. Sure. But, okay, my dad's coming down and my brothers are coming down and my stepmom is coming down. And the thing is there's too many people and not enough chairs around my dining table. I've got 4 chairs and we've got 10 guests. Not 10 guests, 5 guests, including me and Mrs.
People are sitting on laps.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
So today we went to see if we could find a bench to go by our table, because we've got a table, 4 chairs, so I can move 2 of the chairs to be heads of the table, and then we can get a bench, right, and fit more people. Makes complete sense. So I was like, you know what, getting a new bench, maybe put aside £200 to £300. I'll find a nice big bench. It'll go with our table, all this sort of stuff. We go in there, and of course Mrs. Scribbles goes up to the £750 bench, and I'm like, honey, now listen, we're looking to see if we can get something that's like over twice the budget. And of course, the sales guy, sales floorman, is obviously well trained in his job. And he comes over immediately. He's like, "Hi guys, what can I do for you for?" And she's like, "Oh, I really like this." And I'm like, "Look, dude, I'm not spending £750 this close to Christmas. It's not happening." And he was like, "Oh, well, you know, we've got a 20% off coming in the new year. Boxing Day sales and stuff like that are going to be going on. So I could do it for you for £500 right now." And I was like, fuck.
You were supposed to say there was no way to make a deal here, so I could pass the blame on to you.
That was the whole point, right? And somehow I'm £500 out of pocket.
Bro was not broing it up for you.
He was
the wrong
not.
Side.
He saw me coming a mile off, and now I've got a new bench arriving on Thursday.
He had you fucking tagged.
Yeah, he did. Thank you, random guy. I'm gonna need that to pay off the credit card debt. Appreciate you.
So what I do when I go shopping with the wife is
you don't take her.
No.
It's dangerous.
We very, very adamantly go through the process of like, this trip is just to find what we might like, and we are not buying anything today.
That was my
Buy it
stance.
online.
See, but the problem is you went there with a pressure behind it. You
Yeah,
needed to buy something
I did,
in the
yeah.
next week and a half.
Yeah.
So there was a pressure to make the decision. See, I don't do that. Last time I went furniture shopping with my wife, we bought our furniture a year before the house was even built.
But how would you know if it fits?
That shit was in storage.
Well, I had all the layout. I had the floor plan. I knew how big everything was.
This is Karth being Karth. He's like, yeah, year before he already knows exactly the layout, dimensions of the house.
I mean,
we're just here out looking for.
I literally built my own home.
I designed the whole. Did you actually design it as well?
I took a generic floor plan that had the majority of the features I wanted, and then met with a designer and modified it to fit.
You're
what
like,
I wanted
this is
precisely.
shit. I want to do this. And he
Well,
was like,
they had
okay.
like a whole mudroom on the side of the garage that was doing nothing besides just being.
I'm sorry.
like,
What? What's a mudroom?
It's a mudroom is like a transition room where you would like have all your dirty like coats and shoes and stuff you'd keep outside so you don't get anything into the house.
A hallway.
And so they, yeah, essentially. But they had this whole like this whole
Essentially,
part.
yeah.
This whole part of the garage was just this like little like 5x8 section that was just there to.
I've just seen Vash's comment.
Yeah,
Scribble got a free bench for paying $500. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, keep going, Karth. Sorry, dude.
Anyways, so I got rid of that. I made that part of the house instead, and then I turned that into where we do our laundry. So it's our utility room. So my water heater's in there, my furnace is in there, my washer dryer is in there. We have a whole utility sink set up in there. But it's just now got, so I just changed things to fit what I wanted to the house to do.
Makes sense.
Redesign the living room area so it's a full open concept. So the kitchen has a countertop that looks out into the living room and the dining room area, and then that's all tied in one giant section. So yeah, well, you build for a decade and you start to have ideas.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I certainly don't. No ideas go on in my head. That's for sure. That's for sure. So I'm not sure if we answered the question, but yeah, I think it'll be Princess Leia.
You know what though?
What the?
Scribe?
What the?
Technically, Mrs. Scribbles did get a free bench.
She did. Mrs. Scribbles got a free bench by making me pay $500.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to how math works for some genders.
I mean, to me, like it makes me question everything about life, because that bench, it was like I call it a bench, but it's more like it's got a high back. It's not like a bench which is just a bench. It's got a high back, like all the way past what you'd have on like a gaming chair.
Wow,
big,
that's going to be so interesting.
Yes, it is very interesting, but it fits in with the rest of the decor of the chairs. It's the same style, the same design. But anyway, the original price on that was $1,500, and it was on sale for $750 because there was only 2 left on the floor, and then they sold it us for $500. And I'm like, hang on, if it was $1,500, how much does it cost to make? Like, because there's no way you would about $350.
Probably about 100. Yeah, probably not that much.
It's like, how much of a margin do these make on like brand new? Like, holy shit!
It depends on how it's
how
it's manufactured too.
Yeah, I mean, it could be $40. It could be $100. I mean, it really depends on how many.
Yeah,
how many steps
if you've got like a CNC machine that can like make all the parts, and you just have somebody that just glues it together with. Then
I mean, like, is it wooden slats? Is it like metal in there? Is it like any plastic and stuff? It depends on a lot of things, like what the what the thing is.
I couldn't tell you. I'm not that. She wanted the bench.
You didn't go. Oh my gosh!
I sat on it,
motherfucker.
I sat on it. It was comfy. Does that
Clearly
count?
not a tradesman by heart.
No. I'm a gamer by heart. Garth, that's what I am.
All right, we got one last part of the question here.
Yeah, sorry, we're totally
Yes,
overrunning
the
here.
other part of the question is, shouldn't you go back and get the second one they had?
Yeah, No, because that wouldn't make sense, Wolfie, because where am I going to put the other chairs? But
you easy. You get a
another
second table.
Fuck! I should have seen that one coming.
Hey, I literally have 2 tables in my house. I have a dining room table that seats 10, and I've got a.
I think that the
nook
shipping
seats
costs for that
8.
Karth would be astronomical.
How? How is it not just a delivery driver that brings it to your house for like?
No, I
to
mean
quit.
to get it from your house to my house across the
Oh
Atlantic Ocean.
no. We would be better off at that point just me giving you the money to buy your own house.
Not table, house. Yeah.
The whole house.
Anyway, let's get this
Comes with
question.
the table, don't worry.
Free table, guys. Just buy a house.
Just buy the house. Free table. Promise.
Okay. Do you think there will be a Lightspeed bundle for characters/teams that CG will opt to never do? I think he's asking, do you think there's teams that will never get Lightspeed bundles for?
I think given enough time, they will all eventually show up. The question is like just how long do you have to wait on it? Because I think at this junction we're going to see anything that is past a certain age in the game, 2.5, 3 years old, are probably going to be candidates for Lightspeed bundles. But I think they're going to fill in with what the demand is. So like previous legendaries, GLs that are required for events or different game modes, we'll probably see a priority on those, and then other things will eventually trickle in. I almost do feel, just out of spite, CG should just never make one for the Inquisitors because of how long it was between his first release and his second release. That would be just humorous for me to make everyone hard farm Inquisitors forever and always. I would get a good.
That would be good. That would be good.
But outside of that,
go ahead, Wolfie.
I don't think there will be any like factions that never get Lightspeed bundles. I think every faction, even Inquisitors, at some point will get Lightspeed bundles. But I think that there's going to be, like we've seen already, a few random ass characters just for some reason excluded from the Lightspeed bundle, like Ewok Scout, just being excluded from the Ewok bundle for absolutely no reason. I feel like
why was he not there?
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
He's a platoon requirement, and they wanted you to farm him the hard way. That's
nothing to do with the fact that I had to Relic 9 my Ewok Scout.
Yeah, right.
You wouldn't, unless somebody bought that bundle for you, which somebody did. Yeah. You would never have had him at Relics anyways, because you never would have bought the bundle.
Sharp Karth, don't come in here with logic, all right?
The only other one which I would probably question is if they do a Wookiee bundle, do you think they would ever actually include Clone Wars Chewie in there just to remove the meme? I mean, like,
no, I think what they do, what they should do on New Year's Day is give us an Ascension pack that is free through the entire claim, and it's just 3 shards of Clone Wars Chewie for every year the game has been in the game.
It just costs $10. But for free, every day you get 3 Clone Wars Chewie shards. No, I was thinking if they do a Wookiee one and it's like Tarful and it's Vandor Chewie and well, it won't be OG Chewie because he's a legendary, but Zalbar, and they're all at like Relic 5, but it also comes with 3 shards of Clone Wars Chewie. I think
Clone Wars Chewie.
I think it would have to do that because otherwise they've just missed the mark, haven't they? They've not understood the assignment.
Clearly. Something lost in translation over there.
But I agree. Eventually, I think every faction will have, not necessarily every faction, but most units will get covered off. I mean, we've had all of the shit ones, right? We've not. Whoa. Yeah, I was going to say we've had like Geos and Ewoks and Jawas, and shit like this that's kind of past its prime, but we haven't had like IG-86 and Ugnaught and Cup. So they've got to scrape the bottom of the barrel at some point. So
I think some of these characters are just going to be honest to God, like they're just saving them for oddball rec requirements at one point because they need to have you invest somewhere.
Yeah.
But if they weren't going to use Cup and Clone Wars Chewie on General Ahsoka, I mean, like
General Ahsoka.
General Ahsoka Tano.
GL Ahsoka. Damn it,
All right.
GL Ahsoka. If they weren't going to do Cup and frickin' Clone Wars Chewie over there on GL Ahsoka, I mean, missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there. It's right there. I mean, that was the
basically sold
interactions.
itself, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I appreciate that they went with Plo, but I was still hoping they'll go with Clone Wars Chewie just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Plo made a sense though. Plo made sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Plo absolutely made sense. We pretty much everybody was figuring Plo would be a requirement, you know, at some point in the in over there.
Yeah.
But I was also vying for Clone Wars Chewie, just again.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I had Plo pretty early down, but I feel like they Uno reversed me by having all the other marquees at Relic 7, and then General Hera comes in at Relic 5. I was like, fuck you guys. But hey, it is what it is. So I think
she is only Relic 5.
Yeah, which is weird. But they know we'll just take her to like Relic 8, 7 anyway.
Yeah, we had that discussion. I just completely forgot about it because I was just like, all right, I gotta get Hera to Relic 7. How many Relic mats do I need? I just like defaulted to taking her to 7. I'm just like, I wasn't even thinking about going to 5 with her.
I mean, I would love to pull a Karth and be like, R9 the whole faction. Because I have Ezra already at Relic 9, thanks to an amazing sub goal. Thank you, Tribe. It doesn't matter that
the R9 them day one. It'll just be mine that you're R9ing.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. I'll R9 Karths. You know, I'll get free R9 Spectre on Karth's account.
Yeah, just Karth has to pay for it.
Just Karth has to pay for it.
Scribe gets it for free.
Yeah, I get it for free by looking at Karth doing it. And that's the rule. That is the rule.
There's been many things on Scribe's account over the years.
I mean, it's true. I'm looking forward to day one unlock of GL Ahsoka. It's gonna be a wild ride. I'm hoping it's gonna land on a day that's convenient. Because what was it? Was it? It was Jar Jar that it was the first legendary character I was ready for, day one, and I was away with work when the event dropped, so I couldn't do a live stream.
That. Yeah.
But we did it for Balin. We did it for Balin, and that was sick. That was sick.
We just gotta make sure we're the first ones that do it for Ahsoka. So when we get the start time, we got to drop everything.
Yeah. No, literally, as soon as it goes live, that's when we're going live.
I have 200 hours of PTO to use for work. So
I have 0, but I can call in. No, I'm not saying that.
What, you work from home most of the time, don't you?
I do. So we'll just have to have my work. No, it won't go live during my workday anyway. It tends to go live later. So it's going to be good. It's going to be real. It's going to be lit. Can't wait. But we should probably wrap it up because I know that Karth was talking about needing to do stuff tonight. So
a
little bit. So we've answered our questions. We've had a wonderful time. It has been a fantastic Tribe Talks where we talked about the tribe and stuff. So
and stuff.
So, gentlemen, thank you very kindly ever so much for joining me once again for a wonderful episode of Tribe Talks. And I can't do next weekend. I'm away.
Okay. Very good.
Very good. Cool. All right. Thank you, everybody. Big love, y'all. See you all very, very soon. GAC live tomorrow, Monday. Wolfie, you streaming GAC later or tomorrow?
I believe I will be later.
There you go. You got Wolfie doing GAC later. Get on with the GAction, everybody. We'll see you all very, very soon. Peace out. Big love. I'm going to send you guys over to Calvin. He's so awesome.
Yeah.
Real quick though.
Yeah.
You said you won't be available next weekend.
Correcto mundo.
The next weekend after that is leading into the holidays. So how's everyone looking for the week before Christmas and or the week after Christmas?
Last Tribe Talks of the year, baby. No, I don't know. I don't.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like
we will discuss.
We will discuss.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Bye,
can probably
everybody.
find. I mean,